Okay. Hello YouTube. This is the live code stream for we have G2B versus Fennel. Prediction for this one I put out yesterday on my Twitter at mboysandq. Make sure to follow. But oh, yo, they've got it. We're saying a good old G2. Holy shit, I need to get a different color. We're saying a good old 2-0 for G2. That said, Fennel apparently actually has some interesting and good players, so we'll see. They haven't played this season, so I don't know how good this team actually is. But yeah. It's really funny that they just have this here. I like this. This is cool. For those of you that weren't here watching the stream at twitch.tv/mboysandq for YouTube, we just watched, I didn't watch the J-Team Weibo series. Weibo did win 2-0. I was sick for that. And then we watched, this is cracking me up, man. I like this is great. We watched CES choke away a game to lose 2-1 to RLA, where it should have been a 2-0 for CES, but they choked so hard. What happened was Y1, their jungler, just ran away from Baron while the enemy jungler was dead, and so RY's Tristana just managed to secure Baron instead of the jungler just fighting it. So yeah, that was really fun to watch.
These are tough times in the dreamscape. Phantom roams the dark corners, corrupting ideas and stealing dreams, leaving nothing behind but his calling card. Calls himself Thresh, and he doesn't play by the rules. But neither do I. That's why Detective Cinna put me on the case, I think. So, Swirling, what are you planning next?
Okay.
Welcome back to the game that everybody's been waiting for today. Everybody is going to be G2 Blacklist versus Fennel on the series stream of the day. Expecting a lot of games for this one, especially that both of them have something to prove to the PH fans.
Oh yeah, so much to prove. The change in organization for one, and then a total shift in composition for the other. It's just so much built into the history between these two teams being familiar.
So yeah, like I said earlier,
as friends and as rivals.
Yeah, and let's talk about how this is going to start, Infinity. Let's talk about the first encounter that both of these squads, both of these organizations have been able to fight. G2 Blacklist, before, when they still have their first roster, fought against Fennel with a 2-1 during the Phase 2 of WRLA Season 1, and that was way before. And now with this new roster, or rather, not new roster, with NGX, former NGX, now on this organization, this is the hero of APAC.
I don't know what the fuck these guys are talking about, because G2 Blacklist wasn't in WRL before this.
Their childhood heroes coming.
So they're either talking about old NGX and just like making no sense.
A lot of different names, but still,
okay.
It is the same players,
just
a different name.
So we got a bunch of the old RRQ guys. Exosyn's also an analyst for this team.
This is the shift in composition that we're waiting for.
I kind of miss
That
seeing their
said,
faces,
the
though.
thing to
I
realize
kinda
is that
miss
the
seeing
old
their
RRQ
faces,
guys
but
were
on
not
a
that
different
good.
light now.
Like, they were
Fennel
pretty fucking
having
good.
this, but now let's go to the stage and listen to
Hi
Alora.
everyone, welcome back to the stage of 2023 WRLA2 League Asia 2. I'm Alora. The last match of the day is Prison G2B versus Manila Final. After experiencing a game, G2B is unsure if they have adapted well to the rhythm of the field, and why their final can bring us surprises this season. Let's check it out. And now it's time to welcome Prison G2B and Manila Final.
We're getting stronger and stronger against you. 8 minutes per match will be enough.
You guys will be invincible if you use your mouths to play the game.
Yo, these trash talk segments are funny as fuck.
Those trash talks, man.
Oh man, 8 minutes is enough from the man himself. Ime has talked, and this is really fun to see Ime and Danny going at it.
Yeah, and the only talks to play, you will be invisible. Like, man, those trash talk, dude. But
Oh man.
this is
Pretty
it.
sure
I mean,
Risen is
we're
also an
talking
old
about
RRQ
rival,
guy.
And this is the friendly banter in the beginning, but coming into the rift, it's all about bloodshed and chaos.
Yeah, and now Arisen was there, sorry about that. But again, everybody, this is how is this gonna start though? Because it's gonna be an ARAM game, we're gonna be seeing how
Oh right,
things
we
have
do have to
changed.
watch this
That's what
fucking
I want
ARAM.
to see. We're
I
seeing
keep forgetting
Axel
that this
also here
exists.
inside of Fennel. But
I was like, why did
how
two
has
games
things
take, or why did
changed?
3 games
The
take an
ARAM
hour
game
or
is
2
gonna
hours
be,
and 40 minutes?
Maybe
It's
a
because of the
barometer
SBA
of what has happened to the mechanics of these players ever since, and that's what I want to know here for Fennel.
Yeah, it's an interesting.
We're gonna
look
be.
how
This is
Fennel
gonna be
will
interesting
able
at the
to
very
play
least.
the fight
I mean,
side
Fennel
of
don't
the
really have
Are they
a
going to
lot
play something
happening
uncharacteristic
in
or something
terms of like
completely
hopes that I have for
But
them.
there's just so
I think
much
this is gonna be a
history
quick
built
2-0. Obviously, the
into
casters are talking
the
a lot,
lineup that Fennel
but
has,
like,
they-
there's no
the
reason to
heads
believe in
and
this
the
team so
brains
far.
of Fennel at the
From what I
moment
see, like they
are
just look
pretty much the OGs,
very
the
average.
legendary of
Like,
the Philippine League of
there's not a lot going on.
Legends, and pretty
because like the
much
old RRQ guys didn't
competition
have much
itself
success.
has so much of history
terms
as
of what
well
they were
when
doing.
it
Let me
comes to
see if I
League of
can get a
Legends
hold
squad
of it.
draft. We're looking at Orcross, we're looking at
Let's
these team players coming in
go.
from Fennel, coming from
RRQ.
RRQ, from Liab, from different aspects,
Chaz.
different teams built and merged into one.
Yes, we'll go for
Yeah,
this.
and it has been honestly a great journey for a
They
lot of
definitely
these
played more
players
games
because they
after
have
this.
been in different organizations before. Remember, Ime, who was formerly known as Hyde, was in the same team as RRQ together with Chaz and Helios. So this is a great battle that I really want to see. And also, during the last WCS that we have seen, it was this team, RRQ, with Chaz and Helios heralding the team, was the reason why they were able to get to the biggest stage of Wild Rift.
So he was
Here we go.
old.
We're
Fennel.
going
He just
in
moved to
to
top
the
lane.
fight for
They
side
ditched
between
all of these
G2B
guys.
and Fennel, and so far, like any composition of G2B, they have really strong early game damage built into KD with the Jace, and you also have AoE CTs built into
Yeah, so not a lot of
Aatrox
interesting
and
results in terms of like what the RRQ
This is
guys
so
have
funny though,
done
having
past,
Draw playing the Janna
basic stuff.
in this type of game. There's a lot of damage potential that they can
Let's
have with this
see runes real
composition,
quick.
and I'm kind of
Snowball
liking it
Orange, grass.
for G2B.
Chaz used up the
very
flash.
strong.
It's these friendly banters, man. It's these friendly banters in the beginning of the game.
This is so funny. Honestly, a lot of these players are probably friends from before. That's
Oh,
why
yeah.
when it comes to this fights, when it comes to, they're probably played a lot in scrims too. So this is something that I am expecting. A lot of friendly banners, especially for the ARAM game, because they can do that in the ARAM game.
Yeah, they could do like a lot of things and increase the friendly banter.
Okay,
of
what are we
the
actually
level of
looking at here? I
degree
mean,
burn that they could do up against
it's important to remember
side,
that like
but Phelps-
ARAM doesn't fucking matter
Okay, they're
because
gonna be starting
again,
the fight
side
off the
selection
backline
has shown
already. They already used
literally
the
no
Violent
impact
Trad
on
but a
win
lot
loss
of
rate
damage is
besides
still
like
coming in
preference.
for the side
Like the
of
sides
Fennel.
are not wildly imbalanced. It's not like
He has
Blue's
to
had
go
as like
back and has to
like a
retake, has to sustain
55
themselves. Orcross at
win
a
rate. In
moment
fact,
with
Red has a
lead.
better
We
win
all
right
know
now.
Orcross
It's 10-9
uses this champion
towards Red.
really, really well.
So
Especially
there's
coming
not a lot
back
of
into
interesting
his
stuff in
team
terms of like,
before,
hey, like winning the ARAM actually matters.
Amihan
Unless it's
was
like
the
really
former
important to
team,
your
and he
team
was
that you get
really
blue.
strong
Obviously,
as
like
a
side selection is
champion,
always
and
nice.
I think he used it really well.
Look at the knockout coming in, though. They have another one. The CCs are coming out, but Helios was still able to run away. KD is going to die, and that's going to be it. This is going to be the start of it. Fennel got the first blood.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing about Yumi is that it's not really that strong when it comes to their game. So you have to buy time a bit to really just delay this moment coming in from Fennel to be able to scale up onto Yumi. We'll see if we could reach up until
Darius
that
skin
point.
is that? I
As
don't
for
recognize
G2B,
it.
it's a lot of balance between this composition, a lot of early game strong points with Katie, with Dural onto Jana as well, having that CC potential in the early game, and a lot of mid game, late game as well for Ime and Era.
Yeah,
That's
let's see
a
how
nice
this
combo.
works. They'll knock up onto 2. And I thought that's going to be the start of it, but nobody followed up.
So far,
There's no real way to
everyone's
follow
playing
up on
a bit
that.
more Remember, Fennel already got a first blood, but
They're
it
probably
is
gonna wait until
G2B who
Aatrox
has that
comes back
pressure
up,
again
or
into
no,
Fennel.
that extends.
Oh, coming from Chaz.
Before they
Coming in
started
from
something like
Chaz.
super,
Got the
super
pullback, but
interesting.
nobody started the fight.
Because you can see the old
Wasn't
timers
really
are pretty well
successful
synced.
Yeah, and now that we're playing a little bit more stale coming into this ARAM or fight for side game, I want to talk about the brains coming from both these teams. Because Coach TG for G2B and Coach Kaigu and Analyst Exosen are teammates before in League of Legends, but now we're gonna have a fight, Chad.
Oh no. And as we're going back to your point though, yeah, that is true. They are former League of Legends players. They are on the same team before and fighting again in the same battleground that they were on before. It's now in Wild Rift. It's a different battleground, yes, but this is still something to behold. A lot of history on these coaches that they have.
Yeah, the brains out from these two teams has such a long history, and
Okay,
remember
let's
from what
back
we
up.
mentioned, friends and rivals,
So-
they've born across these two teams.
It'll be
as
interesting to
well
see what they
for
try to play here.
G2B and Fennel. They represented the
'Cause
Philippines
we've seen some
before.
fast ARAMs
Yeah,
and we've
Their
seen
League
some
of
slow
Legends
ARAMs.
team
This
in
looks like
the
it's gonna be a
same
slower
team
one.
as well. So pretty much when it comes to experience, when it comes to knowledge, these two teams has it.
Yeah, and now, oh, Danny's
they
gonna
got
fall
it.
down on the back line. Great start from the side of G2B. They also got some CZs coming out, but
I
that's
mean-
just one kill on the board.
They got their trade backs before one as of yet. Belts.
Just eats the
Spells is
fucking
starting. They are
acceleration
still
gate
gonna be
shock
running
blast.
away, and Spells is just Spells is just dead.
Got melted, and now Helios and Chaz forced
Should
to
be the
just
turret
defend
there.
the
Oh,
turret.
and the
Focus
knockout
it.
coming in from Ime from far away. Helios super low in HP, but they're not
Chaz.
gonna be able to get it. What a great hold from far away, and that is gonna start the fight. Danny wants to go for the flash, but the shield was perfectly timed. Great defense there by Draw.
Unfortunately, Chaz was not able to reset his ultimate coming into that fight, but now Helios just jumps in, forced to just push this out.
Wait.
Might just go for the reset instead.
Yeah, gonna go for the reset. They would really need to get that reset, get the items first before going for the fight back. But for now, Fennel just lost one team member.
See how
We're gonna be here for a while, I can just
their
tell.
power spike is still not yet unlocked. They won
5 minutes in
for
and we
now.
still haven't broken the first turret.
Well, we have Spells coming into the back.
Yeah, they got to the back line, but they aren't successful in getting more. They at least get
It
3.
looks like
which is
Fennel
good.
might actually be a little
Danny.
better off as they scale.
Look at how aggressive Danny is this game.
3-for-1 trade. So far, you now have the Horn of the Forge God.
Or the
And up,
Forge
up.
God got it. They're gonna get
They're
close.
not gonna get
Ime's
this
gonna
turret,
fall
so
down.
it's fine.
That's just one more shot. Want to get the kill and
Maybe
draw.
they
This
do.
tower's gonna fall down. Chaz is gonna get the pullback on him. And draw is still wait. That is still gonna be killing Chaz.
That's really, really good. Coming from Artros, and now even Helios as well. The power of Fennel being now shown, Tower for his blood into their favor.
Also, we gotta
Oh,
remember,
man, G2B
in the words of the
got
GOAT
their tower
Caedrel,
down.
ARAM is for
Still gonna
fucking
be hard for
frauds.
them to take down.
So,
Or honestly,
yeah,
it's
that's
not gonna
that's
be hard.
also
You
the
just
truth
need
here.
one
Is that
hit
like
from Golden Kite, and they
this
can make
ARAM
this
means
tower really
nothing.
fast.
So it's
There's
cool,
so
but like
much
I just
shock
wish
blast
they'd
coming
be
from
faster
Katie.
about it. It's why I like the
Oh
1v1s
man,
because
Katie.
it was really
Oh,
quick
the move
and
forward
like
from
not.
Spells. Still not gonna be the kill there.
Not
Spells too
fucking slow
aggressive.
as shit like this.
And that is gonna be Helios trying to get onto the back line. They got the death
Katie.
lotus on them, and Katie's gonna fall. 4 shots from the ultimate, and that is gonna be the curtain.
Oh!
Has been called. The ultimate wasn't able to hit the right target. No resets for
Chaz.
Chaz, but he's still gonna go in. He has 5 stacks, and this is gonna be 3 kills on the board for Chaz the man.
Who can stop this guy? Now goes for another hook, while the rest of the team goes for the push.
Oh, gets the HP. Helios gonna try to go at it. Draw
No
is
shot.
gonna survive.
It's weird that they just dropped the
I
turret.
love the pressure coming in from Fennel. Their playstyle is really phenomenal. Now let's see how Arcus will play this out. I think he hopes just to go for the reset instead, stacking a lot of gold from 6 minutes into the game with first strike as well.
Yeah.
I like the
What are they gonna do here?
Magi's and
Honestly,
ARAM.
For now, what I'm
Free
really scared
stats.
of is the potential.
Especially because you're not going to die a ton.
Helios, especially with Infinitor Orb, and even
Unless you're
picking
getting,
up the
like,
Magi
literally fucking piss
this
run over.
game. This is gonna be scary.
Yeah, and you know they really want to.
It's annoying that you can't see the stats on Spectator, though.
From Helios and Ortras as
So, like,
well.
I'm just trying to
Behind
guess how much the
Fennel.
Ziggs has, because I
And
haven't been paying
we
attention.
mentioned this a while ago. Ortros onto Yumi, it's not going to be that big champion in the early game, but now with those items already locked in, those damage is gonna hurt.
Yeah. And as we are starting this, let's see how this Aram is gonna go. Fennel, as they are starting, I'm kind of expecting that they would be able to get a lot of kills here. There's a lot of easy targets. Another hold, and that's going to be another decimate. They don't have the 5 stacks yet. Yes, they have now. Chaz is going to go in, spell to the back line. He has been knocked up, not able to move. And that's going to be Fennel losing 1 member.
1 for 0 trade. Spells is no more here. 20 seconds on the clock. Fennel has to buy time for a bit or fight this in a 4v5. But KD just has so much potential in the wrong range fights. Ime.
Oh, look at that. Knock up, not going to be
Yo,
able to
that's
hit
a nice
Chaz. He's
knock.
going to be able to get the ultimate right there. Was able to push them back. KD is able to run away.
Now Chaz.
Chaz looking very good on the Darius, surprisingly.
They're playing it a little bit more of just the caution play up against G2B. The flash is there.
Ooh.
And look
Not
at
gonna
this
hit.
drop
Oh,
from
look at the
Ortros.
damage from Orthros.
I mean, he's got like
It's just
probably
insane.
20 seconds
The
on
critical
ult,
damage
so
coming in
if he gets
from
that
the
back,
Yumi
that's a
coming in
3-4
from
kills.
Fennel.
So
Now
just
with
reset,
4 members down
reset.
alive for Fennel, they could just go in a little bit more of an extension up against G2B, considering that they have the HP advantage.
Fennel has HP advantage, as you said, and this is something that they would want. Once Danny gets a 4-shot on anybody, that's gonna be scary, especially Draw. Draw is in execute range right now, and I'm kind of scared if ever they try to move. Chaz already popping the ghost, goes in with the Proto Belt. Aaron, oh, the Heart of the Forge God would not be able to hit, but it's enough. Chaz was able to execute anyway.
And now with the numbers advantage,
What the
Fennel can now
fuck is he
push
saying?
into the turret, but good wave clear coming in from G2B.
That was not a fucking
with the
Chaz
draw
execute.
and
He didn't use his
Golden
ult.
Kite just pushing them back.
Great knockout coming in from Ime. But right
Flash
now,
hook.
Chaz is still as aggressive as he can be. No minions, and he's
That
gonna
was fucking
die.
Danny executed.
Orthros
You saw by
is
the
not gonna
4-4-4, the
survive.
collector.
Really unfortunate, but still. Fennel is holding on. They're pushing down the turret, the inhib turret to say the least. Spells coming into the
Spells
back.
has a perfect execution, but he has been pushed back. What a great smash coming in from KD, and that is Spells down.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Spells is gone, Chaz is gone, Ortros is down. But the thing is, they got the inhib turret, and now Ime Flash is going through onto Danny.
Yeah, KD gonna go in. Ime's gonna move
Ime.
forward. They're super close. They don't have the knockup just yet. Helios has been cancelled, and they are not gonna continue with that Death Lotus.
And now Helios and Danny still pushing through. Rodander.
Oh, Aaron's gonna
Yo,
go
that's
in. He's
movement.
really fast. Danny won't be able to run away with this. It's gonna be
That was
dodging
some good
left and
movement.
right, but it's still not gonna be successful.
Fancy footwork, not going to be enough for Danny. And now Manila Fennel
We'll see if they can actually
has to
convert here.
just buy
I don't
time
think
at
they
this
can.
moment. Wait for Danny and wait for Spelt to come back up before they initiate the fight. But Chaz is still there to beat our frontliners. That is just a lot of strongholds.
Somebody's trying to get a
Fennel.
reset.
Will reset.
Oh, okay. I mean, Draw is just just wanting to die there. So, what is this fight for a side? A lot of kills happening on both sides, Infinity.
Something interesting as well. Draw went in for the reset, right? He
Yeah.
went to buy Rabadon's death cap.
Okay.
I love it.
At least he got more shields, though. That's something that we are going to be expecting from
shields
Draw.
are generally
And
based
now,
off of AP
with this for
ratios,
G2B,
so going at least
they are
Rabadon's
going to be
makes a lot
on the
of sense
losing
for a lot
end of this
injectors.
fight just because of the amount of minions, but KD is making things a bit different. The damage from this guy is just crazy.
Yeah, coming into these prolonged fights especially, Fennel is going to have so much of an advantage, right? Not just because they have Yumi, but also we have to remember how Chaz is able to really just turn the tides up in the favor for Fennel because of the engages that he does. And this enables, or Ortros enables Chaz to just go into the front line.
Yeah, and that's why Chaz is really fast whenever he tries to engage, right? Just because of the buff that they give, the move speed that they get from Orthros, and the damage also of Orthros is something
I wonder if
that
they're
they
allowed
want.
to
And
reroll.
now
Do
Chaz
we
is trying
know?
to move forward, gaining some space
Because like
for the
I'm
team.
pretty sure they very
It's still
clearly
not gonna
swap.
be easy though,
Because
but
there's no
right
way that they
now,
like get
Chaz is a force to be reckoned with.
these kind of
100%
champions
now,
on each. But I
triple
wonder if they're
calls
allowed to
there.
reroll as well.
KD's gonna be there, has the shock blast onto the
Danny!
back line. Danny is super low and he's dead. And now it's gonna be a 4v5 advantage for their side. Fennel doesn't have their ADC and they're gonna fall down. Orthros is gonna be next. G2B, what a great play. Spells is gonna try something out. It's not gonna work out in the end for them.
Oh
we have
my.
30 seconds on the clock. If everybody dies, it's gonna be bad for Fennel.
But did you see the amount of things that Spells did in a moment's time? He just went into the fight, go into the backside, goes for the shred, and went back in with the jerk
I
and
mean,
flip
they at least
along
get
with
the
the
in-hit
flash
here,
helmet.
which is
Actions
nice.
can you do?
But remember, man, KD was the
Can't tell if
reason
they'll
why
be
they
able to
got the
actually
win
end or
there.
not.
EMA together with
Helios does
KD,
have
the
a-
shot
oh, they're
blast,
gonna-
and this is going to be the end of it. Fennel just lost in just one blunder, and G2B is going to get
Like I
side
said,
selection. I'm kind of
ARAM
expecting
is
that they're going
for
to go for the blue
frauds,
side
but the
after
team that I
that win.
predicted
That was
won
a
it,
great
so
start
it's
for them.
actually
100%, that was really
it's actually showing of
impressive
just
for
how
them
good they
to
are,
be
you know?
At Brink's edge, onto losing into that fight for side, they were able to bring it back. As you have mentioned, KD and Ime, the horn
Let's
of
see
the
if Fennel
fourth
is
gun, along with the
good
shot
right
blast
here.
coming in from the Jason
I don't
as
know.
well, just brought down Danny in a blink of an eye. He
They
got
didn't look bad in
melted
terms of
out,
mechanical
and now
skill, but
G2B
it's
has
also
the
like they
lead.
were playing fucking.
Yeah. I love the start here.
They were playing
seeing
Yumi,
potential
what?
from the
Yumi,
side
Cat,
of Fennel.
Darius, and Jin.
And now a G2B. What is
Akali,
going to happen
like,
here? That's the question.
the
Are they
Akali's the only
still
one
going to
you
be
could really
keeping
extrapolate from.
their
Top Akali
crowns
isn't
in
great
the
anymore
APAC
because
conference? Because now
it's
we can
just, like,
really
it's
deem
sort
them
of
as the
fallen out of
kings of the
favor for
APAC conference
how
from
things are
season
good and
1.
what's bad.
Now season 2, there's somebody who wants to contest it. There's somebody new in the game, and they would want to take that crown away from G2B.
The childhood heroes G2B versus the challengers of Fennel here right now in APAC conference. And I think this very first week coming into Wild Rift League Asia season 2 really dictates the momentum coming into the following week. Who is the team that we have to watch, the players that we have to look out for, and what is the
what
evolution
the fuck
in
was that
every
Yumi
single
damage?
one coming in one.
Yeah, I'm excited how this new organization of G2 or of NGX, the former NGX, has been helping them out. This new environment that they are in, is this gonna be for the better for the team? Is this gonna be the chance for them to really show Fennel that yes, we are now the new kings of PH of APAC?
But we'll see if this can happen, but still do have to remember
These casters are
The
just
former
fucking
king of
clueless.
kings.
Holy shit.
the former RRQ is in Fennel. You have a lot of players, you have a lot of former composition right now in that team itself. You have Kaigu, you have Exosan, you have
fuck
Helios
is this
as
Kaigu
well,
that they're
being, you
talking
know what,
about?
one of the multifaceted player in League of Legends Wild Rift in the very first year, using the Fiora in the mid lane, using Twisted Fate. He was the one who started it up, and now he has the potential to do it once again.
Yeah, and even during the Zed meta, Helios was the reason why Zed was a scary champion during the WCS times last year.
Okay,
So
so none of
now,
this shit is updated.
there gonna be a new meta that he's gonna be starting again come
None
this
of this
time
shit is
around?
updated. I don't know
Or
who the
is he
fuck
gonna be
these
playing the
people are
likes
talking
of
about.
Vladimir that everybody has been playing on the CN conference?
Yeah, that is indeed
What the fuck is it showing through here? I have none of this
right
shit.
now.
I'm not even logged in.
Like, will they break the game once more as they did
Oh,
in
it's
the past?
showing
Or are they
Fennel.
going to fall towards the current meta that we have? But regardless, either of these two, I think Fennel could do it
Okay,
with the brain,
well,
with the brain, the hub. Of
let's see what we're
both
actually looking
Kaigu
at here.
and Analyst Exoset.
Yeah, so let's start this. The way that we're gonna start this is gonna be different, everybody. So now we're gonna go to the picks and bans. We still don't know what side they picked on for the side of G2B, but there's a bigger chance that they're gonna go to the blue side because the blue side is way more advantageous here because the first
No,
pick so
it's
far,
not.
because
Stop
there's
saying-
a lot of champions that are
Oh my
really
God.
strong. First pick
Casters
is still
just
so
saying
good.
shit without
G2B
actually
is
knowing
gonna
the
go for the
stats.
first pick.
Yeah, and I'm pretty curious
Glenban
as well
makes
how Fennel
sense.
will be able to draft this out.
interesting
because
that, like,
we remember
I've not
Artros
seen a
is
lot
the
of
type
cryo
of
on her
player
in China.
that goes for the likes of Yumi, that goes for the likes of John,
So,
and he
it's
was the one
interesting
who
to me.
initiated that champion before.
Makes sense.
In the
I hate
past.
these
Are they
Jax
going to
bans.
bring this up once
Jax
again
bans is
here
just
today
fucking awful in this
up
meta.
against
I
the
swear to
rivals
God.
G2B,
Because
or
it
is
just
this
means
going
that,
be
like,
back
you
in
have
again
to
with a
be
meta?
one Fiora
Right
if
now,
they
going
ban
into the
Camille
ban,
here.
we have Gwen and
Like, that was
Jack,
literally the
G2B,
issue that we
Fiddlesticks and
had
Hecarim
with
for Fen.
Yeah,
with
and let's take a look at
the-
this. Now,
the issue with
of the game,
a lot of
Gwen,
CES drafts, because they were on
Jax,
blue
and
side,
even Fiora has
pretty
been
much
banned
every
now.
game I think,
Infinity,
is that, like,
oh my,
if
this
they
is
just
a lot
ban,
of
they would ban
suspect
Camille
coming
here,
into Spell
leave
tier
Fiddle
just in this
open,
game, just because of the champions
and then
that
it's
they
like,
banned. They
well, now
don't
you
want
have to
see
be
this.
one
They want to
Camille,
have
and
a
so they
double
get
ADC
Ornn
on the
or
side
Gragas.
of G2 Blacklist. But now, Evelyn
not a
also
huge
has
fan
been
of the
banned.
Evelyn ban.
Chaz, or now named Katie, wouldn't be able to pick that up.
Yeah, but the thing is, now there's a lot
I also
of
don't, like I said, I don't like the Fiora ban
Camille
here
is
either.
open.
I think
Gragas
that
is open for G2B.
it's weird
But
because it
both
feels like
teams
these two are
prioritize
forced
Coach DG coming
and
into
these
this
two are
game
forced,
number one, and I think
when like
Camille
blue
is
side
a
could
lot
drop
of
these two
favorability
super
coming into
easily,
this
and then
thing.
suddenly it's like, oh,
Remember,
you just take
Fiora is already
the
Jax, Gwen, also
fuck, didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, and now
You just
let
take the
Oscar
trade
be
between
start.
these two, because like
Right.
Jax
Oh,
Fiora is
Camille
pretty
to
even.
Orin.
Camille
Are we gonna
B1
see a
makes
Zeri
sense.
getting
I don't
picked by
like it. I
Fennel
don't
at
think
the
she's
first
that
spot?
good.
Are we gonna see
In
them
terms of
pick
how
this
she's
up, or is
been
there a
played,
bigger chance
she's
that
got like a
Lucian gets
40%
picked?
win
'Cause
rate,
I
although
remember
it could
during the
average out,
past
because
times
Gragas
we've
is still
seen
at like
Helios,
40 as well.
Lucian
I
is
just think
one
she's
of
a
his
lot
best
weaker right
picks.
now.
could possibly be
Orin,
used now
Ziggs,
covered,
yeah,
but
like,
Gragas
this is
level
the issue,
G2B,
right?
If they want to leave this open,
If you
there's a lot
ban
of
these two
utilities now
here,
built into
you
the
have to
composition
B1
of
your
G2
top laner.
Black
They
Team.
just
Are they
respond
going to
with
shut down the
support
competition of
or best
having a lot of
ADC,
engaged tools
and then
engaged
you're
tools
probably just
here
going to take
early on,
Gragas
or
here,
are
I
they
think.
going to double down
Like, you
when
want to
they
go
look at that
Gragas
aspect
and
of
then
their
maybe like
composition?
Kaisa or
Let's see,
Varus
let's
here.
see. I want to see
I
how
don't
this
like
is
a
gonna go.
Kali.
Kali has been
I've seen a
taken
Kali
off.
picked a bunch of
The hands
times.
also
I
of
think she's
Helios,
very
and
good,
Aaron
but I
wants
think
to
that you
take a
have to
dip
be like
and
a
play this
specific
against
type of
Helios.
team
I want to see
composition
this happen.
to
And we remember
to play
Ziggs
her,
being
and I
locked
don't
on the
think
offensive
that, like,
side. Akali is a really, really good threat to
this is the type
champion,
of
but
comp you want
Varus
to play her
is
into.
now back.
Especially because Gragas can
going
just
back
put his
to the-
like her shroud goes down,
We're
right, and
going
then
back to the
Gragas just
season
puts her,
one, man.
his
This is
pillar like
something
right
that you-
here,
this is
and then he
something
just
that you
covers
pick up in
this
season
area
one.
with his
Once
knockup
you see a Ziggs,
when
you
he
see a
charges
Varus
in,
on the other
and
side,
you just can't do
and they
anything.
want to play this. Fennel and G2B wants to play here.
I like
and
Varus.
Ribbon, this is not what you see now.
He's a good answer
but Ribbon
into
is gonna
the,
get picked up by Fennel.
Varus is a
And now
good
the
answer
question
into
is
the Ziggs
this
here.
the
It
jungle
makes
or is this
sense.
the mid lane?
I
Because
would
we
have rather
remember,
seen
Riven
Gragas,
is
because if
also
they
being
ban
played by Helios
the
before.
Gragas Alistar
Former
here,
Baron laner
1-2,
coming into the mid
I
lane
think
as well.
G2B is
It's
kind of
just
fucked
so
because
much
you have to play
flexibility built in
either
the composition
like a
of
Nautilus
Fennel
or a Galio.
individually as players coming down here.
Riven here is a bit of a question mark, because she could go jungle. That's the important thing to remember.
Oh,
If
man.
she's going
This is
top,
gonna
I'm
be
not
the
a huge
start
fan
here.
of her
That
to
is
Camille, but we'll
Kha'Zix. They
see.
don't want that to be picked even by Chaz. Oh, right. This is going to be scary, man. Chaz
I don't
has
like
picked
this.
that up. I
The
am
reason that I
really
don't like
scared
Kha'Zix is because
of
Camille is a
what they're gonna
multi-flex,
pick
right?
here. They banned the
If they
Kai'Sa,
flex
there's
the Camille
still a
jungle,
lot of
then you've
potential
just
fix here.
wasted
There's
2
still a
bans.
Xayah opening
Banning
up. There's
supports
still
here
a
is
Zeri that they
100%
can
better,
pick up.
right?
But I think G2B
The
is not going to
Alistar and the
prioritize
Gragas
any of
win
this because you
on
already
the
have
spot
Camille,
here,
you already have
especially if they
Kali,
flex the
except
Camille.
if they want to go for a glass cannon
This
type
is
of composition
bad
wherein
drafting
they're
for
going
Fennel.
full on
It's
damage
bad.
from here on out. But I like the answer coming from
'Cause,
Fennel.
like,
they removed the Shen, so a lot
this is
of
bad.
sustainability.
This is actually, I
now
like the
removed
Kaisa
inside of
ban.
G2B because
The
that
Kaisa
is
ban
what
makes
they need.
sense.
They need
You're
a
stopping the
frontliner
double
in their
poke comp
composition.
from these
Yeah.
two.
And how is this going
And
to
so
work out?
I like
I'm
that.
really scared.
I
Okay,
hate
Chaz
Vi.
is gonna
I don't
go
like Vi
to
here.
Vi selection.
What you-
On the other side, what
So
are
like
they
you're
gonna be
you're
picking
pivoting away
for
from your
the
central
firmly
damage
just
dealer with the
she
Riven and the
on the
Vi
name
picks
of
here.
KD
So I
now.
don't actually like them a
This is
ton.
going to be a jungle that they can use. Elysian could be a very good pick here, but they would need somebody that could tank up a lot of damage.
So,
As
like,
Shen
I don't like
has
Riven
been
because-
banned, so it's not
So
gonna
first
be
of
an
all, Riven
option
isn't
here.
a great answer
So
to Camille.
there's still
Second
not
of all,
a lot of options. They're
what
going
the
to pick up
fuck?
the
Why are we
Galio at least to
picking
play it safe.
Galio?
Gragas is open.
Yeah, Gragas is open, but
Yone.
Yone is also open.
Oh,
You remember one of the
man.
interviews coming from Coach DG onto Otulus's podcast is that it is G2B having a huge dependency on their jungler, onto former Just G, onto KD that can carry the game. We see a lot of utilities now with Camille, with Varus, with Galio, and we could expect
I hate
their
both
jungler
of these
to be able to
drafts.
wreak havoc here.
So,
today.
Riven,
Easy setup
Camille,
combos
Camille
gonna get from the
winning.
side of G2B
That's
together
one.
with the Galio
I think
on their
Vi
side
wins this
and the Camille.
matchup.
It's gonna be easy for them to set
I
up.
think this
Now they
matchup
need
is
damage.
even.
That's why the Yone has
Ziggs
to
wins
pick up.
this,
But on the
Orin
other
wins
hand,
this.
Fennel
I think
adversity
Fennel.
picking up the Riven. This
I think
is
Fennel
deja
have a
vu
draft
for
win
me.
here.
Seeing
I don't
the
like
Riven
how
now
Fennel
back in the
drafted
game
because
in
like they
season
drafted
2
the Ziggs,
is
which means
something
they
that
wanted to
I
go
would
poke.
like to behold.
And then
now
instead
that
of
we have
actually
that,
committing to the
there
poke theme,
is
they
a
picked
lot
an
of
engaged
potential
champion. They
for
picked
the
like
other
3
players to
engaged
actually,
champions in a row,
react
which
to
doesn't
this.
make
If
sense
they're
to me when
fighting
you have
against a
Ziggs or
Camille,
bot. Like the
they
Kai'Sa
might be
3
able
is
to do
just better
something
there.
with this Riven.
Yeah, this is pretty
On the other
much
hand, I don't like
exactly
the
the
NGX or
classic
I don't like the
moment.
G2B
El
draft either
Clasico, if you will,
because again,
the
you can
composition
flex
just
that Camille
dictates
into
it, right? You have
the
Camille, you have
jungle
Galio combo
and
that
then
is
pick a
really,
counter
really
pick to Riven
strong
unless you
before,
like the
that
Camille
is
and
really
Riven, in
just
which case
the-
take Camille.
the hyper-focus
And then
for a lot of teams
you don't
to
have to
lock
pick
in because
like
of its potential
a
to
Kali
jump
there.
into the
I think you just
back
pick
line
like
and just
Gragas
talk
or
a
Galio.
lot of
Like I don't like that you give
with
away
that
counter
technical
pick
domain
to
and
the enemy mid for
Galio
free when
will
you
leave
can
it
like
open.
squeeze them into
Yeah.
either blinding.
Oh man, I'm excited
jungle
for this fight.
or
This
mid
is what
when they,
everybody
like-
was waiting for.
Yeah.
Ever
Both
since
teams
the
just
start
fucked
of this
that
day,
draft up
everybody. I'm
badly.
sorry it took so long, but here it comes. G2B versus Fennel, and this
Okay.
is the start of their battle.
Let's see what we got
Friends and
here.
rivals
No
joined
early rewards,
together.
so
Now fighting it up, G2B up against Fennel,
nothing
the childhood
interesting in
heroes,
terms of early
up
warding.
against the
You see
challengers.
the kind of
We'll
comes
see
out
if
here,
they're
drops the
able
ward
to
here.
just bring
We've got
down
one
the
ward,
current kings
ward
of the APAC conference. But so far,
here.
looking at it,
Nothing
it's
on this
just
side for wards.
huge expectation
So
that now it is
we could
KD
see an
or
early
just
invade
G
from
who has
Vi.
to really carry
I
the
doubt
whole
it though,
game
because
in
this is
his
fucking
back,
dough.
with Akali having to focus on Kuzeri and Zig.
What do we lost?
Let's talk.
Okay, Gathering Storm, Sudden Impact, the Red Runes. We've seen Ziggs going blue runes as well, but this is fine. I like the Demolish on Ornn. Yeah, all this
Talk
makes
about the
sense. I'm not a
history
huge
of
fan
some
of
of
Brutal on
these players,
Camille,
right?
but it
Block
makes sense.
Meta
Let's
in
get
where
back to
there's
the
not
live.
a lot of
What do we got?
utility supports, and also he has a mean trash,
Hello?
but has been known as one of the best utility supports, and also against
Okay, there we
this
go. I don't know
meta.
what happened there.
Yeah, and I feel like he could really adapt to it really well. Why?
Galio going on an
Because
early round.
ever since before,
Always getting shoved in
during
here.
his team
Normal
on
clearing
Milan
so
and
far.
his following TM onto
Both junglers
another
backing
team
top side.
coming
You can
into
see the Yona's a
WCS
bit
is that
slower.
he's really strong
Just
when it
finished
comes to
clearing his Raptors.
right?
Yeah.
He's able to really just look for that opportunity and look for that opening for his team to be able to go in for that engage. And I feel like in the hands of the likes of Ornn as a champion as well, he's going to have to look into that specific opportunities for the Horn of the Forge God to connect up
Okay,
against
we're having an early scuttle
Look at the
fight.
rotation for
Everyone's
both of these
here
sides,
for
so
it
they
except
know
for
that
the bot
KD
lane.
hasn't been taking the blue just yet. So
Ornn's
this is
way
going to be
too
a
far
potential
up.
for them to go for a fight
4v4.
back. That's going to be Orthros was able to flash away, but he's not
They
going
get
to survive.
scuttle,
First blood for
But Sprout doesn't
G2B.
get 5 off it, so it's
Oh
not
no,
good.
it is not that good. Helios now hoping
Fight.
to get those shots in the back.
Fight's not done yet. Spells was able to get one down, and this is
Doesn't
not
even
gonna
get
break
Aaron.
in their
Holy
favor.
shit.
Aaron was able to get a shuriken
That
to
was
get
a
the
really
kill,
well
and that's a
played
3-0
fight from
for
G2B.
G2B.
3-4
Like, they
trade
catch
is
out
not
the
exactly
Ornn,
what
and then
you
Aaron
want
just,
coming
like,
into the
plays
early
to
game, coming
live.
here for Fennel.
Varus
as
also
it's
is
just
able to
going
move
to
up to catch
push
wave.
G2 Blacklist into a much more favorable time.
Yeah, so watch, they're gonna catch this Ornn out, and he's gonna continue to move forward. He
Not
gets
that
that
strong
stun,
when it
and
comes to
he's
the
just
early
way too
game.
far
And
up.
now going into
And they
these
just
type of
collapse onto
fights
him.
wherein Spells and Chaz is too far away.
And then
going
after
into
that, they're gonna
fight,
try
it
to
was
kill
an
Aaron
isolation
here,
play
right?
for such
They
a
get a lot of
long
damage on
time.
him.
And G2B was just
But
able to secure
they're not able to do
3
anything.
kills
'Cause he has
using up
his
2
shuriken up,
flashes,
he's able
but
to
over
shuriken
doesn't
flip
really
out.
matter. You're able
Also,
to get a lot
clean-ass
of kills,
movement in
delay a
terms
lot
of
of
just
champions,
dodging
and
the
a lot
ring.
of players and a lot of lanes up against Fennel.
G2B is showing Fennel how it's done, and right now it's just working in the favor of G2B. Even if we didn't see a lot of Yones come to CN conference, KD is making it work right here in G2B, even working out the early game in their favor. They now see where Chaz is. They get the
Oh
ton.
my-
Fate
Perfect.
seal his fate, and he's
Just
dead.
great.
He's gone,
Also,
he's
he's gonna get
dead.
the
4
blue buff
kills
on
already to the
respawn.
name of G2B here in this early game. It's only 3 minutes into the matchup, and 1K gold
Yes, this
lead
is great.
already
Since
secured.
he's able to get out of
along
this team fight and then
with
come
the
back and
invade
clear,
that KD
he can
is
hit the
doing.
recall,
Remember what we
respawn, go
mentioned
this way.
before.
His
The
camp's gonna be
jungle will be
respawning
the
just right
carry
about
of
now.
G2B, and KD is doing
And then
just
he's able to catch
miracle
Rye
here in
on
game
the
1.
3-0 onto that
reset of her
jungler
blue as well,
Infinity,
'cause he
and this
knows
is not
that
what you
Vi
want. A
and him
Yone
both
that is
have
fed is a Yone that
lost
would
top
win games.
because Vi was
And
here
just
scuttle.
even during the last time that we've seen him, during Season 1, he was one of the players that really loved to play Yone.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, it's just really, really strong on it. And I remember, during the beginning of the plays.
Oh,
of just
he
the-
fucking
in the
knows the Yone
past,
tag,
having
too.
to utilize these
This is how you know he's a
in the
nerd.
beginning As former
Because this is
NXT
that
player,
that tech
he
is
was
not
just the
normal Yone
most
tech.
aggressive jungler that ever
From
touched
somebody who's done a
League of
fucking
Legends
ton
Water.
of Yone
And now
jungle
the
phases,
side
that
of
shit's really
G2B,
hard
he's
if you don't
using
know
that
the tech.
aggression for his team. To
Going
win.
LDR first. I don't
and
mind it
ever
on Yone.
since Autolus has been talking about this guy, Just G, or should I say KD, has always been one of the best, and that's why he's just showing this to Chaz especially, that he could really contend. And G2 Blacklist from their former selves now.
I like that
they are
Helios
just
is doing the
moving
wiggle.
around,
Not enough
and
people in
one
Wild
thing
Rift
that
do the
Fennel
wiggle.
could do here is just
Where,
try
like,
to find
you
a
just
kill,
kinda
maybe
move
get a
back and
shutdown,
forth
maybe
like
get
that.
a gold injection
really
onto the
good. I
carry,
like the
and
way
that's
they
what
do
they're
it.
doing here in the mid lane.
Will not push through.
At least
Ball
from
breaker.
APAC. I don't know about China. I
Golden
haven't paid
Kite
too much
is
attention
unfit
if China's
and
doing
as
that
you
on
have
micro.
mentioned, KD is just really strong. He's just built different. But now looking at Aaron here in the bottom lane, Chaz is going in for the flank.
Okay, that's gonna be it. Last
Oh, they
season,
get
this
him.
is it's not gonna be able to move.
Also
That's
gonna get a bunch
one
of plays
dead
here.
for the hands of Fennel.
That's really good because now they're able to push onto the turret in the bottom lane as well as
They
just
get
have
plates,
vision
they
into the
get
bottom
Drake on
side with Mounted Drake now
Spawn.
available.
Yeah, they're gonna get the mounted
I
Drake in
don't
their
think
favor.
that
Just
G2B
straight
should
up
contest
the-
here.
The rip herald that is going to be taken right there on the top side of the
I mean,
map.
they might just
And
try to
G2
get some
Blacklist is
pot
going to
shots
try
in.
something, but they're not going to be able to try and take the steal on here. They got the vision
Like,
in
that's
where
it.
they are,
You can
and that is
confirm.
going to be Chad securing the
That's
mountain
it, they
Drake,
get
and
heralds,
this is
so I'd like to
KD
see them do the
just taking
classic,
off with that rip herald, and they
RRQ
might be
team
able to
flash.
take this mid
We're
lane
just gonna
turret.
run mid and then
Yeah, and I like this coming
drop
from
herald.
G2B
Ooh,
because they want to
that's
snowball.
okay.
They didn't defend this mid lane tower. That's going to be a rip herald in the mid lane, and they're going to try to push
should
this.
break.
There's not a lot
Oh,
of
no,
people
still
here.
at 400.
And now Rift Herald pushes it out. Turret already down to 400 HP, but that's good enough for G2B with no more waves to come
That
in.
said, this
And I think
Yone
this
is
is what
a
G2B
fucking
wants. They want
problem.
snowball out of proportion here in this early game.
Like,
This
they
is what
really need
as
to slow
well.
this Yone down
Looking at
if
the
Fennel wants to win
composition
this game.
of Fennel,
Because
they have
you
Zeri,
gotta
they have
consider
Ziggs, they
it's
have
an 800
Ward. So
gold
when it
lead
comes
if
to
you
that
exclude
late game
Yone
potential, they
at this
still
point.
have it in the bag. So
Like,
that
that is
aggression
how
in the
big of
early
a
game,
difference this Yone is.
capitalizing on the early game kills is something that G2B want.
Yeah, they're going to be starting this Infinity. G2 Blacklist losing the objective right there. Got the Rip Herald, was not able to take down the tower. This
How
is
are
one
they
of the
gonna be able
powers
to
of the
knock
Ziggs.
down this
The
mid turret,
reason
which
why
is a big
Ziggs has
issue?
been meta
I
ever
think
since
you
is
really wanna be
because
able
of
to
this
do that
power.
and
The
just get some
power
law,
to hold
get
down
some
the
pressure
mid lane
going,
and
especially
not
with how ahead
let
you
the
are.
enemy team take this tower. Once you fill that spot and not give them the mid lane tower, that gives you a lot of space.
It's just two things: safety and damage from far away. Well, that's
Yeah.
like 5 words, but you get the point, right? Safety and damage. That's pretty much
Yeah.
Ziggs overall into this specific champion. That's why it's really, really strong. And even if you leave him alone, it doesn't matter. You could just
What
hug the
the
turret,
fuck?
but still able to clear the way.
Yeah. And one of the things that I really
Like,
love about
everybody
this
else
the
is
weight
close,
clear.
except
The
for
amount of
this
weight
Camille
clear
who's
makes
got,
you
like,
not
the
be
3
able to
assists,
easily
which explains
push
a lot of the gold
some
lead.
lanes.
But
But right now,
holy
from what we're
fucking
seeing,
shit, man.
KD is still in a spot that everybody needs to be
I
scared
want to
of.
see them drop the
And
Eve
2.1
ban and play
K
that. I don't know
up against
why
an
they banned Eve.
individual
Like,
matchup up against
I understand, like, the logic and, like,
is
oh yeah,
really
Eve
huge.
is really
But
strong
their
right
shield
now.
goals,
Yeah,
Face
Hextech
like,
ultimatum is not going to be there.
dog,
And that
ban
is
the
going to be the
fucking
whole
Yone.
face shield was not able to hit, but still, Ime was able to finish it off.
Nice
You're gonna get at
follow-up
least
flash
one
coming
play
from
here.
Ime,
I would
being able to secure that
expect
kill onto the top side. Now, Chaz,
Yeah,
Vault
2
Breaker.
players.
Wall breaker top side,
Oh, they-
going to be able to hit on
Oh,
one. They have
cool.
one more. That's going to be the hero's entrance from
Ziggs
top to
gets
help
the
them out.
first break.
They're not going to get
Good
any more.
first
They
break,
got
bro.
3 plates at least.
Got 3 plates. Mega in for the
They
bomb
get the
carry
kill.
wave. Now, follow through. Ime.
Yeah,
need to get
Ime
out.
is going to be next. He has 1 shield, and it's not going to be enough. The
Yeah, I
adaptive
don't-
shield was able to
I don't
help
like
him
that.
out, and that's why he was able to
Ortros.
survive. Here comes
I
Ortros.
feel like that was
He's going to go
super
for the knock
risky
up onto
for what it
Ime.
was.
They have been cancelled by the Justice Punch, but Ortros is still going to be running around. At least they got 1 right
Get
there.
it out of there.
Yeah, and remember, KD already has Immortal Shield Bow. A lot of sustainability built onto his first item.
He's also
so
just been
he
creating a
is
fuck
able
ton
to go
of
really
damage,
aggressive.
pretty
Helios
bad.
in the bottom lane.
1v1,
what,
A-Run
70?
gets the
Oh, he's
win
got
on
70 though,
Helios.
yeah, 'cause
And
yeah,
that
that's
is a
doubles.
legendary battle
He's
in the
got,
top
I think,
lane. And
25
because of that,
plus
tower in the
10,
mid lane and tower in the
maybe
top lane
35
has been
doubles to
taken down.
70.
2 turrets already secured. KD now going for the Fate Seal top
Look
side.
at how aggressive he is. Danny almost dying, and KD is just so scary right now.
Holy shit.
Just so scary. Remember,
Actually, insane
KD
Yone
being the
play,
carries
man.
for G2
This is a
Blacklist,
clinic.
and he is living up to his name.
Oh man, this is just crazy. G2 Blacklist are just winning, and that is just a 5k gold lead onto the side already. And how are they gonna start this out? Right now, Fennel needs to do a lot of things in order for them to really go back into this game.
Yeah, and this is just a playstyle for G2 Blacklist. For the viewers watching this from right now, who is unfamiliar of this team, it is G2 Blacklist who has that huge dependency onto their jungler, which is KD coming into these team fights. So a lot of these
Again,
fights,
interesting
a lot
Zeri
of
going Triforce
engages will
here,
centralize onto
rather
the
than
jungler
more
of G2
popular
Blacklist.
like BT
Yeah,
builds.
that is gonna be KD. KD has always been doing that. That is why this guy has been one of the best junglers that we had here in the APAC conference, and now he's showing it even with a champion that you don't really see that much ever since the nerf on Yone's jungle clear, but he's still doing it in this game.
Yeah, he doesn't care about nerfs. You know what? Nerfs makes him
Yeah.
stronger. If that Makes sense.
Sure, sure. But Fennel here, look at them. They're not gonna be able to try
Yo,
and take
what the
this
fuck?
Drake just because
Every
of that
time we
60
look, it's
gold
like
advantage
plus
that G2
700.
already has against them. So they're just gonna give this up. But
This
they
shit's
need
a
to really be
clinic.
careful of the Elder Drake later on, because
Yeah.
one of the good things about this is that Fennel was able to get the Mountain Drake during the first part. They don't need to risk taking the second Drake.
Yeah, Soul is not going to be available for G2B, but that dragons being stacked on top of each other is going to be scary later on. And we see Katie already built up his second item, Mortal Shield Bow, along with Stellar Charge Blade. So when it
What
comes
the
to that
fuck is
burst
this
amount of damage
item that
into those
Levi's
aggressive
building
fights
into?
that Katie starts,
Because it's not
it's going to hurt the
Triforce.
back line.
It's gonna be really bad here, especially
Like the
for
way
their
Andrew
side. I
some
hope
zigs.
Helios would be able to show us something while he gets into the late game. One of the good things about this composition is that they have Helios as a backup for the late game. We're still gonna be waiting for that Seri pop-off moment. But remember, KD has already traversed that early game disadvantage that he has,
Watching
and now
pro players
is
makes me
in
want
a
to
really
actually
strong
play
spot.
Zeri again. Even though I'm
But the
fucking
thing is,
dog
we
shit
won't
at it.
expect Helios to redirect Havoc anytime soon. He built up onto the Manamune first, so we have to buy, or we have
What
to
the
wait for a
fuck
little
is
bit more
Vi
time
building?
to be having, or to see 3 item power spikes coming into Helios, having the Bloodthirster or something more
Dawn
of a different
Shroud? Is that
type
it?
of path coming
I thought
into
Ring
his
doesn't go into
items, so
Dawn
maybe
Shroud.
something more towards that late game, but he needs something sustainable coming into this playstyle, into this team. We'll see how they can perform as well up against G2 Blacklist.
What
Can they
is
deny
he
KD?
building?
Yeah, Fennel is looking for a kill, looking for a pick-off, and that is the smart
Yeah,
way
I'm
to
pretty
do
sure
here.
Ring
Get a
Revelation
shutdown
doesn't go
maybe,
to Dawn
so
Shroud.
that you will be able to jumpstart what has been lost during the early parts of the game. So Fennel is just looking for any opportunities that they can get, but G2 Blacklist already has smelt what's gonna happen.
Ime, Raw, Aaron, all in the tri-brush, and Fennel has understood that. You know, we saw Ime already before in the river, and we have to play it respectfully up against G2B.
They're grouping
considering their
super
massive
hard to
advantage.
fight for this blue buff.
They're gonna try and take the split buff here, and already Fennel has already called upon everybody on their side but G2B. This is a fight that there's no objective in this part of the map. They just got a tower for free, and Fennel is kind of looking for a battle here to get with
dropping
G2B.
And G2
They
Blacklist,
dropped
4-man
mid.
roam into the mid lane. Fennel
they
has to
didn't
be
get
wary of the
turrets,
back
that's
as well.
fine.
Aaron is going for the flank.
Hexacle ultimatum goes in for our thrust. They have one hero's entrance. He's not going to be able to move.
Aaron.
That's a super low in HP, but on the back line, they got one person. Aaron was able to get in, and they're going to go for the fight. They're still trying to get in.
Zeri
Ime is stacking a lot of damage.
damage.
Helios is trying to really hit upon
Zeri
everyone.
is-
That's going to be him. Helios is back.
Wait, hold
and
up,
Helios
hold up. Is he
gonna
him?
wreak havoc against the members right
Oh,
here.
he's not him.
KD is going to try, but
That
that's going to be an
Zeri
ace
was
for the side of Fennel.
insane.
Fennel turned things around and they're back into the game. They get the turret into the mid lane. Baron Asher is
They're
available,
not
but
back.
they
They
could
can't
not
do
take
Baron,
that down
which is
with
the
2
biggest
members
issue.
only left into their composition. But with just that one fight, they're back into the game. Yes, they still have 3k gold deficit, but that doesn't really matter. They can secure the second turret into the mid lane, and that is good enough for Danny to be able to stack more gold coming into this fight.
This is a
They were
big
two
fucking
lacks in that
turnaround
fight. Look at
though.
what happened to this fight. Ime
So,
went
they
in
go in,
for
I think,
but
just a
they
little
tried
bit
to
too
kill
easy,
him
because
really
they
fast,
catch
but
Orthos,
Helios,
right?
He was free hitting in the back
And then
line.
you
Yeah,
see that
Helios just had the
he
great
snapped-
time,
Jonas
and yes,
snaps
you
back way
had
out of
Akali
screen.
coming into the backside
And then Zeri's just
looking
kind
for
of free
Helios,
fighting Zeri
but it
and
was
Ziggs are
Chaz's fast
sitting there.
thinking that denied it. The Vault Breaker along with the cease and desist, and now Helios just wreaked havoc, jumped over the wall, killed that
almost has
Golden
this,
Kite,
though.
and it was over with a 2v1 up against KD.
This is what you need whenever you
I think if
are
you
in this
focus
part of the
Ziggs,
game.
he
You
wins
really
it.
need to be able to get
I
those
think that
shutdown
that's
goals.
a
And now
hard
look at
ask,
how
though,
what
'cause
happened. 6k gold lead
Ziggs
down
is,
in the
like,
flush.
obviously full
And
health
that's
and Riven as well.
1k
If you
gold
kill Riven,
lead
you get the
now
reset
after
anyways.
those kills coming in from Fennel.
And they're back. This is the moment that we were waiting for Fennel to be able to come back up, right? Helios being able to get a lot of kills, getting a lot of gold, and also buy items. Once that happens, the 3-item power spike will be there. Triforce already secured. Now going into a possible Bloodthirster as well for this specific player.
Yo, jungle
Yeah, now,
gap.
The question is, how are they gonna follow this through? Fennel are still looking for the battle here. They have, based on what we've seen there was no objective on both sides, but they all really wanted to get that fight. G2B thought that they are not gonna fight back, but Fennel was able to do just that, and now they are gonna be scared on taking this next objective. We do have another 30 seconds before the objective, or rather 10 seconds before the next objective comes in, and here comes the Ocean Drake.
Yeah, it's just they're really clever. You know what, Fennel? G2B, you can take the blue buff. We're gonna push the mid lane. And that just forced out the hand of G2B to go for the push. And now the Ocean Drake now being taken out.
Yeah, both breakers being charged. They're gonna get the knock off, going to get on the back line. They got the steal chance. Was able to get the Ocean Break, and now they're in front. Helios is just gonna end their lives. Look at this, Aaron. On there, on the back, tries to get Helios, but wasn't able to follow through. G2B are crumbling to the hands of Helios, and this is working in their favor. Aaron tried his best, and he was able to get one kill onto Danny. Gets the shutdown. They got the stasis. Helios is being a bit closer. They didn't get the shuriken flip flash on Helios, and they still have 2 members still alive. Ime against everybody else, and this is
They need to
take his life.
first of all, they need to just shut up.
Fight in the end.
They need to shut up.
You cannot leave Helios unattended.
But
and time
at the same time,
again,
Zeri's just
once
free
that
firing
happens,
for way too
Helios
fucking long
is
in that
just
team
gonna
fight.
break
No
loose
pressure.
in the rift. And they were just able to get so much kills. And looking at the replay, right, we're seeing a draw into the front lines, buying time for his team. They got the Ocean Drake for the side of Fennel.
Yeah, look at
and
Zeri.
yes, Danny
Look at
is
Zeri
in
in this
danger.
team
You
fight.
have draw coming through as well. So it was pretty much a 4v2
Also, it's
into the
insane.
Dragon's
Aaron
Pit.
just gets
Helios was
so
getting those
unlucky with
free
that
damage
ult.
happening into the back. Aaron was just clueless. Goes onto Chaz, gets the kill. But in the end, it was a 3v2 since draw was just so much of an outside into that fight. Helios was just dashing back and forth. And once again, those free hits coming in from the mid lane of Fennel just hurts the power of G2B. And their constant
I'd like to see some
advantage
fucking
now
Baron pressure, but
removed by Fennel.
guess that's
And
too
Fennel
much to
was
ask.
able to get back into the game with just 2 botched fights coming in from G2
The
Blacklist.
fuck is
They're
that
now
Varus
close,
build?
as close
Why are
as
we
they
doing
can get
this?
to each other. And Fennel
Why
might get
the
the
fuck
better
are we
advantage
doing
here.
this,
So
man?
far, it's been really hard for G2B to position themselves on a front to back.
I like the
and it's
Luden's
way
Leandri's
easier for
route
Fennel to
runs,
just
though.
make
He
a
does
move on
drop
those types of plays.
They just have to
Crown,
remove
but I think that's
Helios, have
fine.
to target Helios out of from that fight. And yes, you have to look at Danny as
Like,
well.
if he just
because
has
there's still
relatively
a
good
lot of
like, if
potential
he just has a
coming
really
in
good
from
position, he
champion,
doesn't need
coming
Crown.
from these players, considering that
Who
he
could have
is
thought?
4-1-4.
If
having
only
the
somebody
Ludens,
said
Leanders,
that,
and
you know?
Radnots that
Like, if
have
only
already.
somebody said
so
that
so much
multiple
damage
times
built
on
into
Twitter
this
that, like,
specific
Crown
player.
wasn't actually
But the
that
thing
good.
is, Helios just reheating into the backside. Their
Interesting
tanks,
that
their champions is
that he's
just gonna
going
get
for
melted.
3 crit
Yeah,
items.
positioning also.
Because
I
Yone
would love
maxes
to
out
commend
crit
how
2
Danny has been
items,
playing
right?
this game.
'cause he
The
doubles
big
crit.
Inferno bombs, the way he has been pushing back everybody, making it awkward for them. It hasn't been
like, you could
seen
go
a
Bork
lot,
here
but Danny
instead
has been doing a
of,
lot this game.
Utilization of the
Sure.
satchel charge as well, because when the time came, it was Camille who wanted to go and force out the fight, look into the backside, remove Danny coming in from it. But the thing is, the satchel charge removed the position that Camille wanted for the Heroes Entrance to come through to stack up against Danny, and that just bought so much time for Fennel.
Yeah, and now Fennel has advantage. The map isn't theirs just yet, but they would want to take this Baron. 20 more seconds before the next objective comes in, and that's gonna be the Elder Drake, and both of them would want to take that.
And the thing is, coming from a 6k gold lead for G2B, now down to 0. It is even level playing field for Fennel and G2 Blacklist here in 18 minutes.
Yeah, let's see what's gonna happen here. Fennel would want to take the Baron, but the Elder Drake has already spawned
Yeah,
in
you
just a bit,
can't
and
force
that's
Baron
it.
at this point.
That's the Elder
because
Drake already up.
resists.
Fennel is already in position, but
But
look at G2B. They're
G2
still
is
not in
just
position to
way
contest
late to
this.
this.
Yeah,
Are
and
they
I like
giving?
I like to commend Chaz as well. Coming into those team fights, we have to look at how Chaz plays it out, because always having the sights onto
Where's
Aaron,
Neil?
disabling the potential to have their access onto Helios
It's
and
interesting
Danny.
that they're dropping
looking at
this,
the
'cause
eyes of
I think
Chaz,
if Fennel
looking
just
at
rushed
how
it, they
Orcus
had
will play
it.
this out will be
Because
crucial as
G2B
well
just
for
took
Fennel.
so long to
The
do
only
it.
way that G2B could win this is that if Aaron would be able to execute one of Danny or even Helios, if he executes one of them, that could mean the end of the game here for Fennel.
100%. And that is the reason why we have to look at Chaz, how he's
Interesting
able to
that
sponge
they're
away
keeping
from
Camille
these carries
topside.
for Fennel. And I like how
No
you mentioned
rotations.
about being the assassin
so is
into the
Yone.
back line. And that is what
They
Camille
see
did a
Yone,
while
this
ago.
game is over.
It could be a Kali who
So they can
takes
just
one, and
rush
then
Baron,
Camille takes
rush
another.
over.
You have draw to access the back lines as well. These are important key points to look at for G2B.
KD is on the top side. G2B only has 3 members here on the Drake. Are they going to be able to
understand
try
what
and
they're
take this?
doing
Do they have the time? They haven't
Oh,
killed
oh
Spells,
God.
and they're going to go on the bot side. They already are on Aaron. They have draw to go for the Hero's Entrance to buy some time, but they still haven't taken the Elder Drake. Nobody has died yet.
This is good coming from G2B. They only have to delay the time for the Elder Drake.
They got the knock up, and Ime forces the flash away, and he
Oh,
might be
that's a
killed.
good
But
kill from the
he's
Ziggs.
bomb, and he's dead. Ime is down.
I don't know why
There's
the
just
fuck
no
you would
way.
hit it that
Danny
way,
is
though.
a sniper coming in from that fight. The bombs connected onto Camille is just perfect. And now with a numbers advantage, they can start the Elder Drake.
Yeah, no more heroes engines coming into the side of G2B. They're going to be taking their time. It's going to be hard for them to take this.
They can't
KD
get in.
doesn't have the space that he needs if ever. He needs to go in. The phase tilt is going to be used. He has the space in front. Just is going
Vi's
to be running
dead.
away. He's
They can
not
smite.
in front.
They
They
can
got
smite.
the kill on the jungler. They have
Varus
it.
gets
and
it.
they're gonna
Oh,
take
he's
it in the
dead.
end. Golden Kite is going to be able to run away, but at
Varus
what
gets it, but
cost?
it's a wipe.
He's going to die, and everybody's down
Only
on
him.
the side of G2B.
And now with the ace coming in from Fennel, they can now push them in lane. They can end the game possibly and open up the map for themselves. They got so much advantage, and now they turn things around.
And they win this game. Fennel just showed G2B that they still have it, and they got the win against G2 Blacklist. They didn't get the Drake, but they got the win in the end.
The challengers coming in from this matchup, the rivals, it is Fennel who takes game
I mean,
number 1. Unbelievable play
You
coming in from
gotta
Chaz,
say
from
that
Helios,
like
and the rest of the
G2B
group.
should have fucking won that
Seeing
game.
the
They just didn't play to
Helios
their
getting the
strengths.
spotlight again is like a deja vu moment for me, and
Holy
now
shit.
he's doing it together with Danny, also, and Chaz. This team has been doing a lot of things all together, especially for those chaotic moments that we have in the game. Most of the time, the positioning of Helios and Danny are just so good that G2B can't even reach them. Even if they reach them, they find a way to push them away.
Yeah, and the micro plays as well. Satchel charge coming from Danny. The jump over the wall coming in from Helios. It's just too good to not look at.
Yeah, and that's why they have been crowned as one of the best during the start of the WCS last year. And now it's going to be a different story here in Infinity. Wow, what have we seen today? Fennel winning against G2 Blacklist, and they have lost tremendously because they had the big advantage, but Fennel was able to come back.
Yeah, with only one fight to change it all. I mean, 6k gold lead is not something that you have to belittle. It's really, really massive at that stage of the game, but Fennel just outdid themselves. It was Helios free hitting into Dragon's Pit, changed the tide of the game. Only 1.5k gold lead left for G2B, and right after, it was just a landslide from there on out.
Oh man, how is G2B going to be able to come back from this? That could have possibly hit their mental a lot from this last game, but again, it's G2B. They were able to get to the finals last year, or rather last season. So now, how are they going to come back from this? That is going to be the question. That game was crazy to watch. A lot of back and forth, a lot of fights from this game.
Yeah, it was definitely a mayhem from that game number 1, but remember, G2B still has a lot of history. They still have a lot of knowledge, and they have a lot of experience built into these players, into the coach
Okay,
of G2
so,
Blacklist.
I mean,
So they
I
can
think it's
definitely
very
adapt
clear to
the
be like,
situation and
hey,
make it back to the game.
I wonder where the problem was.
Let's see.
Like, let's just,
Let's
you
see
know,
how
let's
this
just,
is going to go for G2B moving forward.
just like turn names
Because
off
look
and be
at the
like,
damage
yeah,
from
like,
Danny. As
what
you
went
said,
wrong here?
Danny
This
and
shit
Helios
went
getting
wrong.
a lot of chunk of damage from this game.
Also,
and that
Vi
says
was
a lot
fucking
from what
useless this
happened.
game.
And this is what we're
Why
saying
did we pick
about
her?
how
Why
the
did we pick this
Varus
guy?
coming
Like,
into this meta is a bit
it's fucking
different from
insane
before.
that we
It's
picked
way
Vi.
harder to make the Varus effective unless you really find a way to shut down the early game against
it's
an
wild that
ADC. But
Varus
if it's
isn't
against
good.
a Ziggs, it's gonna be way harder.
Yeah, it's just too difficult, especially for those.
I think the
teams
answer
that
here
have-
is
and I
very
think
clearly,
the
like,
mindset of G2 Blacklist
first of all,
coming into that
we
game
understand
number
we have
one
to
with
ban
G2
the little
behind
fucker.
Varus, and we're seeing
this
Galio
guy
coming
is
into
still
play as well.
really fucking
They really
good,
want to
and
centralize
especially
on
now,
Leone. They really
like,
want to
his
centralize on
damage is
Leone
just insane.
being that hyper carry, and Varus
I'd like to see a
acting
better
as more
Varus
a
build.
supportive
I
damage
hate,
dealer
I
and
hate,
also
I
very
hate,
good.
I hate,
Very well
I
deserved. Danny
hate
getting
these
the MVP
fucking
from this
awful
game.
Varus builds that
Just
are like,
because we
Reaver.
haven't seen it a lot. Helios is
I'm
just
gonna
so
use
flashy,
black here,
but
hold up.
Danny has been doing a lot of work for the team. The
It's
Mega
like
Inferno bomb
Reaver.
is always perfectly placed, and as you said, the Satchel charges always pushes back the right
slash
targets at the right
Gust.
time. And the damage from Danny, if you've seen it, man, he is the one who killed
God
Ime
damn it.
before the Elder Drake
into
fight.
like,
It's just outright criminal.
It's
Like
like
Camille just
Nash.
got melted out because of Danny from that dragon fight. It's crazy.
Now it's gonna be a chance for G2B to come back from this game. Again, everybody, that was just our first game. We still have 2 more, or maybe just 1 more
Oh, you
from this
called it.
next one. Yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. We're just gonna be taking a short break, see you guys in just a bit.
God
These
damn
are
it.
tough times in the dreamscape.
Okay.
Phantom roams the dark corners.
So
corrupting
it's
ideas
the
and
issue is
stealing
that
dreams,
it's like
leaving nothing
we're gonna
behind.
have to find a way to do this.
calling card.
We'll do it this way. It's like
Calls himself
so you
Fresh,
start Reaver, right? Like Essence Reaver,
and he doesn't play by the rules.
or they're gonna go like
But neither do
Duskblade. We've seen
why
the
Detective
Duskblade
Fennel put
Kai'Sa
me on
like
the
2 or
case.
3 times.
I think. So,
Can't fucking spell
Swirling.
apparently.
what are you planning next?
And then they'll go either Nashor's Tooth, or they'll go Runon's. Again, Nashor, Runon's.
There's something about games.
What you doing there gives you real chills.
And then they'll go the AP items, like the
There's
Crown,
one
the Rift
thing that
Maker,
can't be stopped.
Feelings.
the good old classic stuff. Sometimes you'll see the
And if you can feel it,
oh my god,
It must
you'll
be
see like
real,
the
right?
the Leandries, all that good stuff,
That's-
right? But the
that's
issue with
real
this build,
magic.
okay, is that you don't do anything.
I thought I
Like,
was up to the job.
so you have 80 here, which means
had the
that these
whole
items will be giving you 80.
But
Okay?
it's all out of
And then when you
focus
swap
now.
over to AP items,
Fresh and
you
it's
lose any
leaders
effectiveness
to
from
everything.
building this first.
Guess I'm out of my
So it's
league
like
after all.
you need to commit,
What about
okay?
all the
You
stolen
can't be this
dreams?
little like guy who's like, you need to commit to one fucking girl, okay?
I can't give up.
Either you like the AP items,
Maybe
right?
I am out of my league, but there has to be something I can.
Either you like the AP items, right, and you like these,
This.
or you like the 80 items and you like these.
piece of
You
art.
can't do both. You don't get to fucking
gotta stop
dip
it.
your chip into guac and then salsa. You have to choose one. Otherwise, it tastes bad. And this is like, it's a bad tasting build. It's a bad looking build because first of all, so
I knew Fresh was.
so
up
this
to no
hurts
good.
the AP builds. Why does it hurt the AP builds?
this
Because you
is
lose
any
pen
one of
here,
the
right?
agents to
This is
imagine.
7% magic pen that you
tried to
lost.
arrest him.
So you now so you're minus the
Now,
EV
before I
on
busted
AP
his
builds is
lantern
like
out.
you're minus 7%. You're not getting anything out of the hybrid items
And
because
that's
the
how
hybrid
I
items
saved
want
the
you to
dream
commit,
state.
right? The hybrid items are more AP
Sure,
if you've invested
got
into
away.
AP and more
But
80
I
if you've
restored
invested
stolen
into
dreams.
AD. So like you're not
bad
getting
for
the
a rookie.
maximum benefit because you're investing into both.
Hell
So
for the paper.
it's like, well, which one are you doing, right? Do you want the 30 AD to start with, or do you want the 60 AP to end with? And it's like, why are you swapping in between it? I understand, like, if it's adaptive and it starts on AD because you just haven't built enough AP yet, it's like, okay, cool, whatever. But then it makes no sense. And then you don't get anything out of these items because these items, you don't get any 80 penetration to begin with, right? Reaver scales off of crit. It also wants 80 penetration. Duskblade is lethality. So none of these items make sense together. It's like, it's awful. It's fucking awful. And it's, I'd bet money I know where these builds are coming from and like the fucking build tree. And it's insane that people do this. Like, you just need to critically think for like 30 seconds.
We're back to the second game, and let's see if ever G2B would be able to come back from this game. Fennel Adversity was just able to get a 1-0 from them. What a nice comeback. From a big deficit, they were able to follow through with just 2 big fights that they were able to win.
Yeah, it was clearly
I'm
like,
making a tweet about my rank.
right,
Give me a
because
second.
6k gold lead, something to turn that around and get the advantage instead and get the win is something out from a miracle book.
Yeah, that again is such a great spot to have. I do hope to see that this game would be a chance for G2B to show Fennel what they're made of, but it was the other way around this game. That's why they got the 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0 right now for Fennel already. Can G2B bring it back into game number 3? Already called it a while ago, but is the caster's curse going to be activated once more, or is this going to be like a 3-game best of 3 series overall?
Oh man, let's see what's gonna work with this. We're gonna go into the game exactly as it can be. Gwen is gonna be banned again.
Alright. Gwen is banned, Hecarim, so expectations onto the fiddle
Okay,
stick,
Hecarim
onto
ban
respect, onto
makes
belts.
sense.
The performance of Spelts a while ago was not really clearly highlighted, but there's just a lot of potentials for Spelts as well to just engage on those fights that we haven't really shown.
So, like I said
clear
earlier,
highlight on
I don't
game
mind the
number
Gwen ban.
one.
I don't like the
Still got
GX
deep
ban.
respects from G2
Hecarim
Blacklist,
Fiddle bans, it makes
banning away the
sense.
champions of
If
Spelts
they ban
to
Fiora
ban
again, I
winner
think it's a
for
little
Fennel
troll.
with Jax removed.
Yeah.
I'd like
Now
to
it's just
see
gonna
a
start.
Ziggs
Fiddle
ban.
sticks and Hecarim
That was
always
not the
banned.
problem.
They're
This
not
is just a
gonna go away
fundamental
anymore
misunderstanding if
unless
you're
we
banning
have
the
a
Vi
new
of like
patch.
what the problem
Fiddlesticks
actually
and
was.
Hecarim are
You
always
fucking
gonna be
owned
there
that
together
Vi.
with the
She was
Evelyn. A lot of the
a
junglers are
fraud the
getting
entire
banned,
game.
especially the meta ones today. So that's why G2B
Also, if
won't
you're
have a
Fennel here
chance
and
to
you
show
run the
us how
same
the
draft
Evelyn
pack,
is gonna make
like
it
if you don't
work.
ban
Even the
Yone
Vi
here
is
or
banned.
here, you're
Camille's gonna
trolling,
pick-
I think.
Yeah,
I
now
think
the
that is a
question
fair
what
statement
is
to
the
say,
jungler
given
going
the
to be?
fucking
Is Fennel
clinic
now
that was
looking
put on by
into
Kadi
a
last game.
decent pickup for Chaz? Is this going to be a Yone deny?
Like I said, I think the Camille B1 is fine. Actually, I don't like the Camille B1. I don't like this because Fiora exists, and Fiora is just a better champion right now in terms of just winning lane.
Camille for G2B, Fennel with Fiora and
Fiora Ziggs,
now being locked.
fucking great one too.
They have the Fiora and they have the Ziggs again, and Danny, who just want to show everybody that this champion is still workable. And G2
if they pick
Blacklist,
Morgana
what
here,
are-
they're
wait,
trolling.
what?
Morgana?
Wait, what?
No shot are we going to see
Is
Morgana.
KD actually gonna pick the Morgana for himself though?
Yeah, Jace
That's a
makes
big
sense. I
Jace
like
show.
Jace.
He's gonna go for Jace. Okay.
I like the Jace. I'd like to see
Early
Jace
potential
Kaisa
coming from
2-3.
G2
I think that's the best
Blacklist
blocking.
on the hands of Jace. That
Jace
is
Kaisa,
a lot of
it makes the most
possibilities
sense
for
because there's
G2
still a bunch of
Blacklist.
supports up, so if they
Jace
start banning
being
supports,
played
you can just
before
counter ban
by the
supports.
former
Like if they ban like
NGX,
Ornn and then
I think
Alistar,
Jace is definitely
you
something
can just
that
ban
they reflect
Gragas
on
here,
coming
and then
into
you're
game
taking like a
number two.
Galio
If they really
Nautilus
wanna
trade,
go
which is
down
fine.
that early game
And I think it's probably more
They can still
advantageous
go
for you
for
because they
Aaron
kind of
picking
have
up
to
the
take
Jace for
Galio
himself. That
unless
is
they want
also
to
a
give over
possibility that
Camille.
they can go for.
I don't
But
like
this is
the
gonna be an
Ornn.
Ornn getting picked up
It's-
again for the side
the
of
Ornn
G2
is fine.
Getting picked up by the side of G2 Blacklist.
I prefer
So this
Kaisa.
is gonna be a different type of play for draw.
Right. Now Gragas could be picked up by Fennel. You know what? You
I
can
suppose
have the
Kaisa,
Ornn, we're gonna
I
have
suppose
Gragas.
80 here
And I
is
think
still
it
the
is really
same.
good as
But
well.
like if they
For
ban
Fennel,
like,
as it is a soft counter,
I'd like to
it
see this.
protects the ultimate.
If they ban like Kaisa Varus,
Yeah, and that's just the
I
reason why
think that-
they
I think
always
they
have
just
pick
win.
up the
So, like,
Gragas
ban
against
Kaisa,
the Ornn. It's because
and
it's
then
easy
Varus,
to just
and then
cancel the Ornn.
pick
While
Zeri
he's using
here,
Ornn as the force clock, his
or
explosive cast,
ban,
and he's
like,
not gonna be able to cast it again.
It's
ban
something
Zaya
that
and then
changes
Zeri here,
the
and then
composition
pick
this time
Kaisa,
around,
they win the
coming into
game.
game number 2, but thus far the key center point of it is still
Like basically
pretty
the
much
idea
same.
is you're gonna
You have
ban
Ornn
80s
that could
here,
possibly start
and then
the fight. You
lock
have
whatever
Camille
you
that
think
is
the best
looking
80 is
on
left,
Danny
or
and
just
Killian
insulate whichever
later
80 you
on
want to
for
pick.
game number 2. But now Siren moved away
Shen ban
coming
is
in
like
to
okay, I
Killian,
guess.
Shen also removed.
I think this is a
Zaya
setup
and
for a
Shen
Yone pick
is now out
on
of the
4-5.
picture. There's still Zeri available
given how
for
they
Fennel
decided to
take,
ban
and
last
that is
game,
gonna
that's
be
what
a
it
Helios
screams to me.
champion. But
And
are
I
we
think
gonna
that makes
see it
sense.
getting
If they
taken
go away
off
from the
by
Yone, I
Fennel
think that they
too? They can
misunderstood
ban
why they
Kaisa,
lost the
take
game.
Zeri for themselves.
I think what they could also do for Fennel is they could go Lucian. If they want to match up the pace up against
that's
G2
true.
Blacklist, right? Because traditionally, when it comes to the individual
I like
matchup,
this.
it is always
Like I
Jace
said, I
and
think that you
Lucian
need to ban two
even
ADCs
in
here.
the same
I think you need
lane,
to
and
ban
they're
Kaisa
both
or
strong when it
Varus
comes to the
here,
game. So
and
Fennel
then
could
lock
still
in the
pinpoint into
Zeri,
this
and
type of
then,
aspect
or
and
like you
double
need to
down
ban
on the late
Zeri
game
here, lock
with
Kaisa.
Zeri once again.
That's the hard thing about this.
The
though,
Aatrox
'cause
ban is
one
fine, I
thing that
guess.
they can do here is that the Zeri
And
can
Fennel
pick
is
up by
trolling
G2
draft.
Blacklist
They just troll
because
draft.
they still have that
This
option
is an
to go
awful
for and
fucking
pick
pick
another
here that makes
jungler.
no sense
Even
with the composition
if
they're
KD
playing.
goes for the same champion, goes for the Yone, it's still gonna be okay.
Yeah, definitely okay still.
So
Lucian
if they just
denied
block again
away
Kaisa
from
here,
G2
yeah,
Blacklist,
wins.
the OG
Kaisa wins the
jungler
game.
For KD or former Just Chi.
Kaisa Zeri? That's a possibility though. They can go for the Kaisa Zeri.
If they lock
here,
Kaisa
or
Zeri, I think
Aaron
they're
and
fucking
even
trolling.
Golden Kite,
If they
and
just block
let
Kaisa and then just
KD
like,
go for the Jace jungle.
I don't know.
This will
I
be
just
a
like to
really
see
glass kind
maybe
of
just like
competition, though.
a
I think
normal
both
ass
like
jungle
this
champion.
and
Okay.
Camille should be available in
Just just put that
But
fucking
if ever they double
Jace
down
in
on the
bot,
double ADC while
Kai'Sa in
having
mid,
Jace
and call it a
into the
day.
hands of Katie.
Yeah. That's gonna be a Kai'Sa Are they gonna go for a series?
Vlad is
Vladimir makes it way better.
I actually don't mind that.
Aaron gonna be able to pick
I don't
this
think it
up and
synergizes
show
super well with the
Fennel
comp,
how this
but
Vladimir
I like
could work
with
on
poke
this
comps.
meta.
I personally
Fennel
just
can
like
still
having
go
somebody
for
that's
this
going to kind of
area.
stick
There you go.
around
That's gonna be a
and be
Helios pick.
annoying if they try to
I
come
love
at you.
this coming in from
And that's
G2
very
Blackness.
well
Let's
what
change
Vlad
things
does.
up.
Like
Let's
if you're going
bring
into a Vladimir, I think
Jace
you
into the
fucked up, and
jungle.
I really like
Katie
this.
has used it
I like the
before,
Zeri
season one.
here.
Why not
I
use
mean,
it
they
again?
played the Zeri Ziggs
That's
really
gonna
well
be a
last
Zeri
game,
working out.
so I
If
think
it's
it's
against a
fine.
Vladimir,
I
that
think
is
the
a-
biggest issue
that
is
is a good
just
matchup,
this
though. I
fucker
would really love to see a
means that
Vladimir
I think
versus
that NGX has a huge
versus a
draft.
Zeri in the early game because both of them
G2B,
don't
my bad,
really
take
have a
me
lot of
minute.
damage in the early
I
game.
think that
So you
G2 has
won't
a huge
expect a lot
draft
of kills
edge
in the
here,
mid lane. So
mostly
most
because
likely what's going to happen here is that
FL
G2
decided
Blackness and Fennel
to
are going to be
Fennel decided to
rotating the
troll and not
Kaisa
ban
and
like
the
a
Ziggs in the
Zaya
mid lane as
or
fast as
the
they could,
Kaisa here,
so
which I
that
think
the
was the
solo,
most
or
obvious
rather the
pick,
mid
and then
laners
just
would
like
be able
block
to
the
have a
Zeri
better
on
time
floor
in
instead
the
of
side lanes.
Yeah, in
blocking
addition to that as well,
jungling.
we have to remember that Jace and Lee Sin are an early game champion. So they're really strong when it comes to early game. Level 3 already. Katie could jump into the lane. Lee Sin could jump into the lane at level 3. So both these junglers will dictate the pace of the game for game 2.
Let's see how they work this out, though. They were able to make this work during the last game. Fennel would still have a chance
Yeah,
to
I'd
win
prefer
this
G2B here.
again and make it a 2-0 against G2 Blacklist. But how are they going to do that when they have a Kaisa and even a Vladimir on the side of G2 Blacklist?
It's really difficult, right? We have to look at
I prefer G2 Blacklist, but if they don't get off to an early lead, I think Fennel probably will win the game. Because,
we have to look at the Vlad,
like,
we have to
just
look at
based off of how the gold graph of the
four
last game looks, it's like,
overall
oh
for both
shit,
these
and then we're
teams
like, shit,
are going to be scary.
and then we're
late
like,
game
oh
mature.
shit.
I really like this composition that they have here. Have a lot of
I
damage
just-
potential.
I
they
think
have
that
the early
that
game coming
is
in from the
an
G2
issue
Blacklist
in
has a
terms of,
lot
like,
of chances here. But Fennel a
Hey,
while
we
ago,
gotta,
this is
you know, figure
almost
out
the same
our late
composition
game.
that they were
Like, our
able
late
to
game
make
team
it
fighting was
work.
just not good.
It's also just because of the elements that we had a while ago. It was also because of the Zeri. It was because of the Ziggs.
I
But now
also just don't
they
like
have
Lee Sin
different
if you're playing a
tools on
scaling
their
team
arsenal.
comp, which is what this
Yeah,
is,
it is
you know?
now looking into the frontliners coming into these teams. You mentioned a while ago that G2 Blacklist, if ever they go for the double ADC, this is going to be a glass cannon. Now, with the Vladimir into their competition, it changes things up a bit.
Yeah, this is gonna be a big change for them. Look at how this is.
Okay. So first of all, I immediately noticed that this, which is bad, you want Zombie Ward. Zombie Ward is just better. Prefer Demolish here. I like all of this. I like all of this. You could go Tenacity here. I think this is fine though. Also another fucking eyeball collector. God damn it.
Gonna start. Chaz already starting up.
So Chaz is going to get denied.
The Raptors. Now he's afraid of what could it back up. But
at the
here comes
backside.
G2B. Most of the members of Fennel are also here.
the
This is
fuck
gonna be
is
a big
going
fight
on
at
here?
level
Ignite.
2. And
What
Chaz
was
is super
that?
low. Golden Kite is the first blood gonna go to their side. Yes, it is. G2
Aaron.
Blackness gets the first blood, and they're all gonna go back.
As like we mentioned a while ago, the junglers will dictate the pace of the game. With Lee Sin
So,
now being delayed
this-
at the fight, having
this
to
invade is
remove
just-
the potential for the blue buff,
I
red buff
understand it, but it
early
makes no
on,
fucking
it is going to be
sense,
Katie
I
who
guess.
will have the better potential.
Also,
And
he
yes,
just
Golden Kite
fucked up
died,
mechanically
but it doesn't
there,
really matter. He's able to go back into the lane as swiftly as possible to garner more gold immediately.
Yeah, that is actually good though, especially
Yeah,
how
I
Fennel
don't like those
already
early
started
invades.
that
It doesn't
fight.
make a lot
It's
of
a good
sense.
reaction coming in from G2B.
Unless
a
there's
lot
like
of
a
players use their flashes,
specific
and this is
purpose,
the point in
but like
where
he was just
not
like,
a
yeah,
lot
I
of
want to
players
play
from
early
G2B
game because I'm Lee Sin.
are really strong. That's the reason why Fennel just charged in. Now,
Maybe.
fight is also gonna happen. Katie
Again,
trying his
like I
best
said,
to get
you need to have a
something out.
purpose
The
for why you're
Raptors he
invading.
lost,
You
and
can't
that's
just
another
walk
kill
into
for
the
Fennel.
enemy jungle.
We mentioned
You
the
need to be like,
possible
I know
delay
this
that brought
information,
onto Chaz,
so
but
that
it
means
doesn't
that I
really
can
matter.
invade
It is
at
Katie who
this
died
time.
on hands of Chaz and Helios. Now Fennel is back.
It's not,
They needed
I
that
want
and
to
they got it.
invade, so I will
Yeah,
invade.
they got the kill, and this
He
is
had no information.
how it's gonna
Like, Lee
start.
Sin
Let's
could have
see
just
how
as well
this is
been
gonna
on
work,
blue, and he
man.
wasn't punished.
Aaron, let
But
us
there's
take a look
just
at
as likely a
this.
chance that
We're
he's on
still
red,
waiting
which is
for
why
Aaron
this
to get to
play
the
makes
late
no
game, even
fucking
Golden
sense.
Kite. But what is really scary in how this
Insane how after he
Chaz
puts on a
giving
clinic, he
advantage
just
to his
proceeds to
laners.
whoa.
Yeah, it definitely did. I mean, this is what we have mentioned a while ago. I know.
It makes me think that last game was not like, oh, he recognized that because Lee Sin was there, he had passed top. He was
onto
just
the
like,
jumper.
no,
We
we're gonna go
saw it in
fucking,
game number 1.
we're gonna get
Right now,
lucky,
a
you
little bit
know?
different. Golden Kite will be their main carry along with Vladimir in the
Why
mid
did-
lane, but look at
Is he
top
on
lane.
post?
Ultimatum, they have it,
Why
and
is he
they
not
have the
post?
Grand Challenge to together with it. Ime won the 1v1 top side.
It's
That's really good. coming from
Fioras
G2
that
Black.
don't
They
save
needed that
riposte are
kill as
bad
well to even
Fioras.
out the level playing field when it comes to the kills, when it comes to the gold. And now it is G2B who has the advantage on top lane. But going back, it is a huge dependency on Kaisa, on Vladimir. And now it is up to Katie, who changes up the pace in the bottom lane!
That's gonna be a Hornet to Forge God. They're gonna be going in. That's damage coming in from KD, and G2B takes 2 kills
I mean,
on the
not
board.
bad.
That's really,
Nice
really
spot lane
amazing. We
gank.
just mentioned it, and KD did just visit the bottom lane to garner
The
2
fuck is-
kills for the whole squad. And
So
now
yeah, this is a
G2B
super early
is
riposte. I
still
don't know why he
matching up
did
the
that.
early game aggression.
Because
coming
riposte,
out with
especially in the
that
Fiora
teammates
Camille
from that
matchup,
fight up against
is
Lux as
literally
well.
how
Really,
you
really
make sure you
clever
don't get
going
Hextech
into the corner
ultimatum.
of the Hextech ultimatum.
So
for the
I think you
Grand
really
Challenge
need to
to
hold
not
it
deactivate.
for like
Yeah,
important
this is gonna
key
be the
moments.
start here. At least G2B was able to get the 2 kills.
Especially
on
you
the
wanna
bot
hold
side
it
of
for
the
when the
map, and
Camille's
that could
committing on
really
you.
help them out in the first objective. And this is what you want to do. KD coming back from the fight is
2
something
plates for
important
Zerius.
here for
Nice.
G2 Blacklist, because if he doesn't get the early game, that is going to be bad for this guy.
Definitely does. And now, with a ward there, the information provided for the whole squad of Fennel that KD is on to the
They know he's
buff
blue.
of the left quadrant jungle. And now Chaz will be able to might visit into KD, but
He's
for
just
now,
hovering.
KD's playing really big safe.
Yeah. And what they can do here is, because they don't really have a lot of wave clear, they're going to be putting Aaron on defense mode into the mid lane too. And if this is something good for Aaron, because if he
I'd
gets
like
a
to see
lot
them
of gold in
swap
this
guys
early game,
in
because
mid.
Danny's not going to kill him in the
Sooner
early
rather
game.
than
That's
later.
why this is good space for Aaron too.
Yeah, and plus the thing is, Vladimir could just go underground and not be targeted by Zeri. That's the advantage, or well, Danny. Like, that's the advantage of having Vladimir and having that potential to go into these team fights, because Vladimir could just go into fights and go out.
Yeah. And that's what's good about the Vladimir. And that is why the CN conference gives respect for this champion, is because of the fact that the Vladimir could just do this, especially in the late game, could easily just run in and out of the fight and doing so much burst damage.
Yeah, and that is also one of the reasons why we weren't as surprised to come into a conclusion that, you know what, Vladimir is there. This is not a glass cannon composition because they have Vladimir, and that changes things up. Now, they're in Herald.
Objective is already up. Rip Herald is being taken. Nobody has taken this. They're gonna go for the
Pick.
fight here
Nice
early in the
zigzag.
game. Or the Force
This
God
is
was able to
Herald.
hit, and they got it.
Zigzag's kinda
KD was
fucking
able to
with the
secure what they
pick.
needed.
Herald do
They're
much.
gonna be trying to run away. Fennel would
Golden
be
Kite.
dashing away, but Golden Kite was able to get the killer instinct in, flashes in, gets the kill in.
Danny.
Danny's gonna be next. He's gonna fall down, and G2B
No trade
wants to
means
go
this
for
is
more.
really
They
good
still
for
are looking
G2B.
for Orthros and Helios, but they
They
are
can try to
not gonna
force early
continue.
Drake.
They just did not get the objective alone. They got kills on top of that, and now they have huge advantage up against Fennel. They now have 2k gold lead, and that's not going to stop here. They have the Ref Herald to be able to secure the Tower First Blood later on if they opt to do so. But the resets coming in from G2 Blacklist is really clever because the Ice Streak is still available.
Oh man, this is gonna be scary.
It's
Let's take a
clever
look at this.
to reset after winning a
man,
team fight?
How are
Damn,
they gonna do
these
this
casters
anymore?
are
Because they
coming up
have the
with
1.4k gold lead.
just the
G2
worst
Blacklist already has the
fucking slogans.
advantage, and
Of course they're gonna
Golden Kite
fucking
has
reset
got
after winning a
just
team
a
fight.
lot amount of gold
Talking
here, and the
Herald's
Dragons
ball
is
lane,
still
I like
available
it.
at 6 minutes.
Creates
Yeah,
pressure
and
really
it
hard to
could
now.
definitely be denied by KDs, especially
Looks like
considering
they're
that
gonna
Jazz
force
is not
him to
going in
reverse
for the
on
Ice
the-
Break,
no,
Ice
no,
Drake
no.
rather, really quickly. But now
Oh,
going for
wait,
the
what?
Siege instead. Tower First Blood in favor for Fennel.
This is what they've done during the game that they won. When they lose an objective, they're gonna go for another, and that is what Fennel is super good at. But G2 Blacklist, yes, they got the tower in the bot lane, but they still haven't gotten the Ice Drake.
Right, it doesn't really matter at this point. It is Fennel who just keeps up the pace. As you have mentioned a while ago, it is a 1-for-1 tower trade. And so far, G2 Blacklist is still sustaining the 2k gold lead. Now, KD starts up the Ice Drake, but Chaz is also there. Sonic Wave is available.
Yeah, they have a chance to get this on a Dragon's Rage. Shaz might be able to get the steal here. If
Or-
ever. G2B already going. Horde of Force God is going to be used. Orthros doesn't have the explosive
Oh,
gas.
that was
They're going
right
to
in
go in
max
at one
range,
person.
too.
Ime would be able to zone out a lot of the members of Fennel. And G2 Blacklist won't even be able to get close.
Ime?
That is going to be really
What
fast.
the
A lot
fuck?
Of members have been taken up by that Dragon's Rage. A lot of members super low in HP. They still aren't continuing. They lost one of their members, and this is going to be a chance. They're still moving forward. Ime is going to go in, stun on Danny, and one more shock blast from far away. And Speltz is going to be next. This is a nice break for G2 Blacklist.
Thraw is just built different. The two-man
Helios
knockup
fucking
very
threw
edge
that.
disabled Chaz to go in for the ice straight. That disables the potential for them to go in for the
I mean, it
steal.
was
On
not
top of
bad.
that,
Like,
prolonged
I think
fight,
that
the Horn of the
generally
Forge God
that the Call of the
connected
Forge God
onto
here
one
that we see
Camille going
comes
in
out
for the
this
Hex
way.
of
It's
Ultimatum.
really nice.
Let's look at the
It
replay.
hits
Look at
both
Ime.
the
Locks down onto Helios. Horn of the Forge God knocks
your
up onto
enemies
two
there.
as well.
Really stops
That
that
Speltz
Gragas
and
from being able
Helios,
to get any
and that
help.
enabled them
But
to be
then,
able to
just
clear
watch
out
Helios
the
here.
support of Fennel.
He's just gonna
This
fucking
is a
run into the
4v5, and
middle
yes,
of them.
Helios jumped through in hopes to get the kill onto Ime or Aaron, but they answered back, which is really important because now it brings it down to a massive numbers advantage for G2B, and KD at the end of it all just went in for the shock blast. Huge damage potential, removed two members with the help of Draw with a two-man knockup.
G2 Blacklist, same as what happened
Why
in
did
game
Vlad
1.
start
Gaining their
health
early game
crystals?
advantage is something that they're always good
It's
at.
worse.
How are they going to be able to follow this through come the mid game
Why
and
did
where
they-
Helios
why
is
does he
going to
just
be
have a
relevant?
health crystal?
Right
It's
now,
weird.
Fennel
I don't
wasn't able
understand
to
why
do much
Vlad
during
would
that
just
first
waste his
objective.
500 gold.
What will come during
His
the
starting
second
health crystal
objective?
is just
That is
worse
the
with his
question here for
ratios.
G2 Blacklist.
What will come? Fennel did it once before in game number 1. They turned things around with a 6k gold disadvantage. They got the lead back. Can they do it once again? Horn of the Forge
Oh, they
God.
get the orb.
Orthos was able to flash away, but wasn't able to follow
Nice
through.
one,
Explosive
yeah.
gas is going to be used, but there's only
Can't
two
follow
members here.
him
No
there.
follow up from the side. Fennel wouldn't be able to answer back with any kills. Tower on the top side going to fall down.
Draw did it once again. The Horn of the Forge God enabled Golden Kite to go in for the killer instinct. And then right after, it was Aaron and KD just shadowing them, shadowing the lane, followed through with the kill.
Yeah, and that was, oh my, man,
mean,
Fennel can't
the
even
biggest
do
question
much
now
here.
is
It's a
if
good thing that
G2B
they
can
were
just
able to
not
take the tower
choke.
down in the bot side just to trade out the tower on the top side.
As
But
long as
one
they don't
good thing
choke
here
this
is that they
game away,
still
I
have
think
the
they're
mid lane tower, which could potentially help them out.
They still have it, and that's really good. Now looking at the mid lane as well, it was a 2v1. It was Chaz who just came in. Mega Inferno Bomb just cleared out the HP bar of Camille overall. So
Okay.
it was a 1-for-1 trade, but the thing is, G2B still got the turret on top lane that just gave them so much more gold.
Yeah, and remember, they also have the Vladimir on their side. At this point, if we go for an item check, they probably already have 2 items on Aaron. And this is a ticking time bomb. Once you have a Vladimir on the other side, you need to really be wary once he gets his item power spike, which is 3 items. Now they're going to go in. Axing ultimatum together with the Horn of the Forge Gun. What a perfect
Raw on
timing from
Orn.
G2 Blacklist.
Draw did it again! 3 times in a row.
That
Now
was
Chaz
clean
into the
flash,
backside. Katie.
knockback
They're going to try to
indeed.
go fight. They're going to try
Dash.
to go back. Spelled already. Grand challenge to the report. He's
I
not
don't know who
going to be able to get the
blocked
kill
the,
on him. They got
purpose,
one.
but that
Chaz
was
is going to
great.
try to follow through. They went in for the
Ignite.
safeguard, but Hemoflake does a lot of damage on that guy. And Fennel can't do
They
much
can't
against
break
G2
mid-turn
Blacklist.
here,
How is Draw and Ime playing this game? They always deny that engage. They cannot go near the back lines of G2 Blacklist.
Oh man, I'm scared. I'm scared. What's happening? Fennel won't be able to do much here. Remember, we also talk about the fact that Seri could potentially get them the late game. And a while ago during game 1,
Okay,
the
what do we learn
6
out of
was
here?
also great. But
Jason's
now
pulling
that
back
Danny doesn't have
Cleaver.
that advantage
I'd
anymore,
expect Hullbreaker
it's
from both
easy
sides
for
in
G2
terms of
Blacklist
top
to
laners.
reach the back
You're going
line.
the normal
They can't even do
Triforce
anything
build, not going
to
towards
even
Six-Crit
help
build, which
out
more- been more
both of
popular
this,
in
Danny
CN.
and Helios.
This is
Yeah,
the
the
same as
difference
last
maker here
game.
is the low range engage coming from Draw. The Horn of the Forge God
interesting
always
Orn
looks
going
into that
cleanse
single
and did not
target, key
stasis.
targets to be more specific. Ortros always being removed, so no more
the reason that I say
frontliners
that is
coming into the
because,
side of Fennel.
I
and
think
right
it makes
after,
sense. I
was
like
just
it actually.
Squishy's
But
left
I think
standing
the logic
for
here
side of
is
Fennel. The draw
that
just
as long as
changed
he
up
doesn't
the
get
game.
CC'd during his ultimate,
it's
right,
taking a long
he
time,
will win the
a
fight,
long
or
time
eventually,
for
like, he
this.
might die, but his team will
Remember,
win the fight.
6K gold
So he's
lead
just
is
trying to
to
stop,
win.
like, his,
G2 Blacklist
the
had the
Gragas from,
advantage during
you
game
know,
1, but now game
casting
2
him out of his
might
own
be a
horn
little bit
ultimate
harder
setup.
for Fennel Adversity to turn the tides around.
Is this going to be a repeat itself, or history being a different story now that G2 Blacklist is built different with a different composition as well, pushing down bot lane.
Oh man, that's gonna be a kill already. Tower down onto the bot side, but they still haven't taken down the tower onto the mid lane. So G2 Blacklist, let's take a look at what they can do here. You still have a lot of time. 30 more seconds before the next objective comes in, and G2 Blacklist already has position.
They have a really good
is
control.
already up. Chaz
But
is there
at
as
the
well,
same
but
time,
I
like,
think
if
G2
Drake
Blacklist is such a
spawns and they have
dominant
mid-wave, they can
powerhouse
just run
from
towards
here on
Baron.
forward. just clearing down the wave in the mid lane,
Wait,
knowing
what
and
the fuck?
understanding that they have wave
Ooh.
control.
Dropped
Bottom
off.
lane!
What? Is this him gonna fall down?
No.
Yeah.
No, it hasn't. 200 gold. We still have Fennel adversity still. Okay, they tried, but they can't even get close.
Aaron
That's
now
bad
really in
movement
danger,
from
This is
Aaron.
scary.
risk position when
Pretty
it comes
weak,
to his
honestly.
HP bar. But instead, now going for the Infernal Drake. They could remove this really easily with Golden Kite's help.
Yeah, Chaz is gonna be knocked
They're
off.
getting
Can't
out
even
prior
get
to
close.
your
That's gonna
Fennel.
be one down again. G2
This is
Blacklist
also
takes
a
another
really
dragon,
bad
and
position
they
for them to
are
be in, 'cause
close
two
to
Drakes
soul.
and a
One more
Goldie
dragon to kill
for
it
the
all
other
off
side
to
makes
get
it
that soul
really
in
hard to
favor for
play.
G2 Blacklist. And once that happens, so much advantage already built into the hands of G2 Blacklist. Now Spells in danger. Two-man roam coming in from G2B.
Yeah, Horn of the Forge God is gonna be here. What a good try from Draw, but the Horn of the Forge God was still able to work out. Riposte was a bit
That
too late from Spells,
didn't look like it
and
should have
he's
worked.
dead.
Okay.
That was just like a micro play coming in from
That
Draw.
was a bait.
Yeah,
Wow.
he faked it out, and with the Horn of the Forge God connected, Repose wasn't used,
This
and
is
then
too
Killer
bad,
Instinct
though.
was used for Golden Kite to just come
What
into
a
that
bait.
engage.
It's so smart of a player. That is why Draw is honestly one of the best here. Now Baron is going to be taken.
Chaz.
G2 Blacklist, but Chaz
Kick.
might be able to do a miracle here. Goes
Sonic
in for the
Wave.
Dragon's
No.
Rage. It's going to go in for the
Not
steal, but it's not worth it. KD still able to take the Baron.
Not gonna happen. Camille won't be able to shut him down. G2B gets the Baron Nashor. All objectives in the game, and 6k gold lead advantage now secured by G2B. No more defense capability here in the mid lane, and the first turret in the mid lane by Fennel will fall.
Oh man, G2 Blacklists are flowing now compared to what happened during game 1. Fennel wouldn't have any chances on fighting back because they don't really have a lot of CC to work with. The only way that they can start this Infinity is when Orthros gets a great explosive cast.
But the thing is, it doesn't happen because of Draw's Horn of the Forge God. It is always Orthros that is targeted by both Draw
I mean,
and
they should be able
Camille.
to
His
knock down
scheming
both
was
inwards
highs
here. Maybe all
on
three.
Orthros as well, denying of that potential
Tower,
engage.
oh, the cannon.
Inhib.
Oh my, the cannon was able to
think they
take
can
him
knock
down.
down all
And
three.
G2 Blackness
This game
are
might be
still upping.
over.
They want to take a hold of this. 14 minutes and they want to
Yeah,
end
they
this
have time
out.
to finish.
Horn of the Forge God is going to be used. Wasn't cancelled by Orthros. Too far away. Aaron goes in for the
Yes,
Hevo Plague. He's going to be going with the Tides of Blood. The damage is not there. Everybody's so far away. They still
it's
have the
gonna be
Nexus shields. They got kills on the back line. Ime is still in front. They're taking a lot of damage
was
from the
really
Nexus,
well
but it
played from,
doesn't
G2B.
matter because they're going to end this game.
It was a phenomenal
Maybe the
finish
fraud watch
coming
is off.
in for G2 Blacklist, sustaining their leads all throughout.
Also, Kai'Sa
from
with the
early
fucking shitty
game,
build
coming
again.
in
Don't think
to
I didn't
late
notice
game,
that
and
shit.
that is what they hoped to happen in game 1. That they did in game 2.
What a crazy game, man. What a crazy game. G2 Blacklist. This is what they should have done during game 1. During game 2, this is what they shown. This is supposed to be the game that was supposed to be game 1, but because of some errors from them, they were not able to finish or cap it out. Now with Fennel losing on this game 2, how are they going to come back from this? The composition from G2 Blacklist was so good. That's why they were
That's
able to
not-
pull that off.
Remove Orn.
No.
Just remove Orn or deny
Really?
away from Draw. I think Draw from that game number 2 was
Oh
just
man.
crazy to engage on those fights. And
Oh,
yes, the highlight was Golden Kite and Ime coming into those engages. But the thing is, it is always Draw who starts up those long-range fights.
It's crazy, man. It's so crazy how everything started and everything just worked out in favor of G2 Blacklist during that game. It was also because of that early game fight that they had, and that's why it just snowballed out of control. Yes, they lost some kills from KD during the early game, but it didn't matter. Once he got the gank in the bot lane, the 2 kills that he had there, it started that fight. It started that cycle for the side of G2 Blacklist.
Yeah, it was a lot of back and forth. We saw it in the early game, right? It was KD who's getting a kill. It was Chaz who's getting the kill. It was a lot of back and forth. They were really just controlling the pace of the game. But the thing is,
Okay,
Golden
I
Kite
mean,
got the first kill on the
casters
Chaz. They
can
got
say
the
whatever the
first
fuck
blood.
they want, I
They
guess.
got huge gold.
I just
off
hope
the
I
lane.
don't see that fucking.
He was denied.
Hold up, let me give
He
me
was
one second.
killed,
We're gonna have to.
but it came
we're,
back.
We're
in
doing
the
some
lane.
investigative
The thing is,
journalism
it
real
just
quick, chat.
spiraled out of control.
What
Wanna
I
see-
can't move on
I don't
from
think
is
he would've
Draw in the
said
top
this shit,
lane.
but I
Man,
wanna see
that
this.
was so smart. When I saw that, when he dashed to the wall, then casted
Yeah.
the Horn of the Forge God recast. Oh my, man, that is crazy. That was so smart of Draw. He tried to bait out the riposte, and that was a flex that most of the time only draw does.
Yeah, like, this isn't a bad build.
Unbelievable.
I don't
We were
mind this.
expecting that. No,
This
he
makes sense.
used the cast onto the corner of the board. God, too early, but he used up the
Yeah.
flash.
Whatever this shit is
United
that like
and
people are
recasted
building
that,
in
it was
fucking
just
China makes no sense.
Impressive micro showing of draw.
Yeah, what's also smart about
Voice
Draw
of
during this
Fire.
game, though, is he's using the ultimate every time so far away so that Orthros wouldn't be able to cancel him. And that is why Ine is the only one who always starts the fight, because once he used the Exec Ultimatum, the Horn of the Horde.
Advantage of having Vladimir.
Yeah, she starts Duskblade, and then she goes like AP boots into fucking. There we go. Yeah, it starts Duskblade into Nashers, so fucking dealing no damage. And then she's going like what? Crown, I think? Ugh, it's so fucking awful.
G2 Blacklist. It's like every single one of them being highlighted ultra athletes.
I mean,
With all of
on
that
the other
engager,
hand,
along
when are
with
we gonna
Engager,
finally get a
Ine that
Ziggs
following
ban
through
from these
into,
fucking
face
APAC
front
teams?
engage up against Fennel.
Like, look at this shit, okay? Tell me who the fucking problem is after 2 games of this shit. It's so clear. On the other hand, I'd like to point out that I said banned Kaisa before it got picked because these people banned fucking Akali instead. Did the exact same thing on Vlad. It's insane. Also, Lee Sin is a fucking dog shit champion. Don't forget that shit.
Stick to the meta. Stick to what works in the meta today. And KD taking that win
again,
for now.
726. So
Honestly,
didn't even get all
such
the
a good
eyeball
squad to
collector
be in
stacks.
here.
It's 10
Getting
stacks.
the MVP.
But he could have gotten all the
really
zombie ward
deserves it.
stacks,
He should have been
probably.
the MVP during game 1, but because they
Anybody
lost
that goes
that
eyeball
game,
collector is
at least
automatically
now
knocked down
he
a tier.
gets a MVP.
The redemption of the MVP title onto the jungler of G2B. And I like to mention, it's really, really minute to look at, but the first engage, he used up the smite over the wall onto the red buff just to garner more HP up against Kaz to
Yeah.
buy time. And that's just...
It's a, yeah. And to maybe even win the 1v1 if
Right.
even he tried to. And just that, it's just a really smart micro coming in from these players. But again, everybody, that was just our second game. We have
We do
a
have game
best
3.
of 3, 9 best of 3s today. Because everybody, every game, from the first day, it's still a game 3. Now we're just going to be taking a short break before we head into game 3. See you guys in just a bit.
Who we at? I'm gonna go piss then. No longer on fraud watch, baby. Me. Can't see that. We're back, chat. What's up? Let me drink some water. We got 2 minutes. I mean, I literally think it's just gonna be it. Hopefully they just draft better. If they draft better, I think that Fennel has a chance, but I still think it's probably a G2B win. So we'll see. I don't know. This is a tough one because I think G2B probably just choked the first game away. Maybe just weren't expecting a really good game from Fennel.
A bit early than expected, everybody. We're gonna go to game 3, and this is the last game for this day. There's no more next game, right, Infinity? This is the last game between G2 Blacklist versus Fennel. So this is gonna be a fun game. So far today, we had 3 best of 3s. And I'm all in for it.
Can we have more? Can we have more best of 3 series?
We can call in the next game
For
tomorrow if you want to. Yeah, we'll get another best of 3.
But yeah, it's really amazing so far. It was a journey for a lot of series today, and once again, these final moments between G2 Blacklist and Fennel Adversity, the team who takes this win wins the series.
Yeah, let's see how they are gonna be adjusting from this next game. A while ago, Fennel picked what really worked on the game 1, but now in game 2, it didn't work. G2 Blacklist has an answer
let's
for
see
it.
what we got here.
So the question is, what would Fennel change?
We are simply
they gonna change
praying
the
that the
Ziggs from
teams
Danny
will
and
draft
go
better this
back to
time and
maybe
actually ban
Vladimir
champions
for
that are going to
Helios,
have an
making
impact
use
and not
a,
just let champions.
an AP champion in the mid lane even, pick up the Akali.
Hey guys, we really need to ban Jax. Like, trust me.
I'm gonna
Camille
be-
Jax
I'm gonna be
is
a
so
big
unplayable that we're gonna let
I feel
Ziggs
like
through
Danny's
3
not
games in a
good.
row. Like, no,
I feel
fuck
like,
off
given
that
the fact
shit, man.
of the damage that he provided in game 1 and game 2, I don't think it's going to let him change his champion, right? 30k damage in game number 1, 30k damage in game number 2. The consistency coming in from this player, coming in from Fennel, just opts to give them the opportunity for Ziggs.
Okay,
again.
so
but
Fennel
I feel like
choose
there is
blue
a
'cause they
potential
lost the last
change
game.
in the mid lane coming here into game 3.
Yeah, are we gonna see?
They banned the fucking.
Now they are on the other side. They're gonna go to
We'll
the
see.
red
This is
side for the side of G2B.
jury's out on this one
to
because
second
it'll
picks.
depend
Are
on whether
there
more top
any
laners get banned.
changes that's gonna
Have to ban
happen
Hecarim,
here
that's a
for
good
their-
ban. But
That's
if more
probably
top
gonna be
laners
a
get banned,
Fennel
this is
6
a
and a
bad
Neville
ban.
in again
I
for
like the
G2
Jace ban,
Blacklist.
that makes
Oh yeah,
sense.
and now Fennel could now remove
Again, this is
Jack,
a
Jay,
question mark
focus in
until
onto
we know
removing
if
the
Fiora or
champions
Camille
of
get banned.
80, and
If Fiora or
also-
Camille are not banned, it's okay.
Oh.
If they're not,
Also taking
if
out
they are
the-
banned, it's bad.
The chase
Ziggs
early in the
ban
game, they could really
makes
pick that up. The
sense.
Danny, as we said,
I was wrong.
they could change
Camille ban, okay.
things up
So,
if ever they ban the
this is
Ziggs,
bad.
but they banned the Ziggs themselves.
Yeah, but I love this. I love this coming in from Fennel. They know that they have to change things up, and they have to really
yeah,
just
so-
turn
Yeah.
things in a
I'm
360
fucking it up.
degrees
Okay, so
angle
this
and
is
look at it
good.
from your
This is
perspective.
good.
They could now
I gotta
go
grab
for
my
double
fucking
ADC.
erase
They
tool.
locked in
I'm
onto
gonna
Ornn
erase
once
this.
again. It could
Okay,
be
so
towards Orpros,
because
but once
the
again,
Camille
it's
ban
really
came through, this
flexible
is a bad
champion.
ban.
Spells want to play this
Again, the
as
reason
a
for this
team
being
player
that
coming
they
into
get to
this,
be one
if
horn,
Orpros
and
going
then
for Enchanter,
now your
this could
enemies
be
get
something still that
to.
Fennel could do.
Yeah, it's not
really
bad.
just
I don't
funnel in
like
onto
this.
Danny and
Actually, I think
Helios
this is a good ban.
priority
So the reason
seen
that I
in
think this is a
season
good
number
ban
one.
and the Jax ban is a
Jack
bad ban.
Enchanter.
I don't like
And
leading off this. I think
honestly,
you're gonna lead off.
your
lead off
point
with
really,
Ziggs.
honestly, that could really happen.
So the reason for this is
Unless
that
they
when they
pick
do
up
this,
Demon
you can
Kites,
then 1,
or should I
2
say Golden Kites,
support, and then they should go
Draven?
Fiora here. If they're gonna Draven, it should be
I
on
mean,
3.
if they want to go for like
also
a
Varus-
full
Okay,
on
that's not
early
right,
game, Draven's really just the best pick, but
If they Varus here, it's
I'm
bad.
Flex.
yeah, I'm scared of
Yeah.
that Draven pick.
That's not a late game champion. Draven is just gonna get
That's bad.
destroyed in the late
So the
game.
reason that this is bad
If
is it
ever
now
there's
gives
a late
over
game,
Fiora,
that's
which is the
what you
only
want to happen.
uncontested
They
top
go
laner.
back to the
Like they
Varus,
could
they
pick
go to the
Gwen over
Gragas,
here, but I think
and the
Gwen
Ornn
is
is
bad.
not gonna be in
when you
sight
already
for
have a
the
Varus
side
locked in.
G2B. I think so far, whoever has the Ornn has won this games.
It's also interesting that they're not
being
picking
locked in,
Kaisa here. I don't
very
mind Zaya. I
potential
don't think
could
she's
also be
bad,
locked
but
in by Fennel.
I think I'd
It
rather see a
could still
Kaisa
be,
here just to
you know,
match the
Zeri going into
distance that's on
Helios,
this.
and now
There's
Zaya
also
going
no
into the
reason to
hands
believe that
of
they're gonna
Danny as
pivot to
well.
an
John
engage
is
comp
still
when they
available
have
for them.
double,
It
like,
could still be
poke long
Ornn
range
to go
champs.
into the support role. There is a lot of flexibility.
Also the Evelyn is
on
really
Fennel's side, but
good.
Evelyn going to be the priority
Right.
instead.
Evelyn on the hands of
I don't think there's
Chaz,
much
an
theming here,
assassin
right?
on
Like
the
these champs
Vans.
all sort of do
Are we gonna
individually
see
different
making
things,
this work? Are they
but they're
gonna
all very
make this
strong
work? That's the
in,
question.
like, in a
But
vacuum.
G2 Blacklist, they can go for. What can they go for here? They can go for a Kha'Zix against the Evelyn.
Vladimir!
They go for the Vladimir. It works. It works. Pick the Vladimir again.
Don't fix what's not what's not.
I don't like Vlad.
And
That's
I
true.
don't
really
think he's
worked
good
out
here.
for Aaron.
Especially,
Number 2 was able
like,
to
especially
jump
because I don't
into
think
those
you can
fights and
insulate him
go
enough
back
with the
to
2
safety
bans.
really
Like,
quickly right
you'd
after.
have to
So
ban
G2
Cass,
Blacklist
Akali,
wants to double down
and even
on
then I
this,
think
but
there's
Fennel
still
first
pretty
taking
good
down,
answers
looking
on the
to
board.
banning away the champion
You know,
of KD,
things like
ban
an
away
AD mid
the
laner,
Sin, the like of
especially
Yoni
because they
as
do
well.
have the
Focus
Evelyn
in on the
answer the
carry
Vlad
of
very
G2
well. I think you'd
Goes in
probably
for
answer him
Akali.
with
They
like a
don't want to see
Lucian or
that on
something like
Helios's
that.
hands. They
Yeah,
have
I
Aaron
think there's
already
answers to
with the
Vlad.
Vladimir,
There's
very
Zeri as
safe
well.
pick. What mid lane champion could they use? They
The
can ban
Akali
the
ban
Zeri
makes
here
sense
for
because they picked
G2B.
the
Or
Vlad, so I
maybe
think you
get
have
the
to do
Zeri.
it.
No, they don't have a chance to get the Zeri anymore.
Shen ban
They
makes
should
sense.
ban the Zeri.
They should definitely be, because that could still be a Zeri pickup coming in from Helios, having the double ADC with them having a frontliner already onto Ornn, and they could
They're
still have
talking about
another
picking
one
the ADC
coming
here. I
in
think if they
to
pick the
support
ADC here, it's kind of troll.
G2
Although I
Blacklist
don't love the
has a lot
casted
to
in
think
4-5
about,
with the Evelyn,
where
I
is
think you
this
kind of
one
have to lock it in. Just in regards to
One
we
of the
need
things
something
that
to
I'm
answer
excited
Vlad.
for, a Renekton could get picked here, but
Yumi!
The fuck?
We called
That's
it!
the champion of Orthros. Okay.
That makes no sense.
The Enchanter going back to the hands of Orthros removes that potential, but still, Janna
That
still
makes no
available to
sense.
Fennel. We remember
This
Orthros
makes
using
no
the Janna,
fucking sense.
introducing it
Vlad
into
ban
the
is
meta, but by
not
also removing
great.
Fennel,
I'd rather
considering
see a Yone
that
ban
Fennel
given how he
wants to
played
do
in
a
the
double
first
ADC,
game. I
and
think that
they
makes
do
more
not
sense.
want the point and click CC
This
onto
is
their carry.
really fucking
They can
why.
pick up the Renekton
Especially when they
here and
already
let,
have Ornn. It makes no sense.
KD pick last,
Like,
but no,
yeah,
they're going to
I
be
don't
picking
like it,
this
actually,
Kha'Zix
really.
up. And as we said, Infinity, Kha'Zix is a good way
bad
to
man.
fight against an Evelyn.
Double assassin, or well, an assassin matchup into the
So,
jungle.
I'd like to
Considering
see,
Fennel goes in for the double
fuck,
ADC once
can't be
again. This
Cass.
gives them a lot of opportunity to go into those fights
I'd-
and go for those
They know
carries,
they're
but
top
having
lane
Aatrox
often. I'd like to just see
means that
Fiora,
Ornn is
Fiora
going
Cass actually. Yeah, Fiora Cass.
Yeah,
it
that's
should
going to
be
be it.
just Fiora.
Aatrox is going to go to the top side. What is Helios going to pick here? He
Oh,
can
oh yeah, that's actually good.
wait.
I actually like that.
There's
This
no
is good.
way.
This is
Okay,
good
it's going to
actually.
be a mid lane.
This is
That
actually really good if it's a
Denies it.
because
So
double
what
flex
is
means
G2B gonna
that
pick?
whichever
That's
matchup
a
you like
ribbon
into
on Ime?
these two, you can just
There
pick
is
better.
no shot. We're changing things up, not to a little degree, but to a high degree.
Yeah, this
And
is
we
fucking
asked
great.
for
This
it
is
a
a
while
great.
ago. We
Fennel
asked
have
for
a
it that.
fucking
Is
amazing
Helios
draft.
going to change the meta
I'm not a
today?
huge fan of
And once
Xayah here.
again, he
I think I
brings
would
out
have preferred
his
Kaisa,
unorthodox pick and
but
everything.
this draft is
Yeah.
fucking beautiful.
Is
it's
it
so
actually
good.
gonna be?
This
yeah,
Fennel
there you
draft
go.
is
That's
amazing.
actually way better. Having Aatrox onto
it's-
the mid
it's
lane,
getting a fucking
it's
tweet
gonna
about
be a good matchup here.
'Cause you can just
into the
swap whichever matchup you
mid-game,
like.
At least
I
for
love
Helios,
this fucking
just because
Fennel draft.
that is when he power spikes. So once you get his first two items, it's gonna be way earlier than the Vladimir, and having a double bruiser on your composition is also good. Yes, you do have a lot of damage on the side of Fennel, but they would need a lot of CC to make this work.
Yeah, they would need a lot of CCs, and the thing is, even if they have the Evelyn in their favor, if the charm does not connect, because the thing is, we have to always remember
Okay.
that
What are
you
we looking at
still
here?
have the
So
possibility
it's gonna be what,
that it could go on the ground
Aatrox,
and denied a potential
Vlad?
an assassination for Evelyn.
How the fuck
for
would that
Chaz. And
matchup
the only
play
thing that
out?
Chaz have to look at or can look at that can really
So I
secure
feel
a
like
kill is
Vlad's
on
going
Golden
away
Knight. But the
early.
thing is,
But
you still
post
have a lot of
3, Aatrox is
for the
probably
sponges,
fine.
for the defensive frontliners. to be able to
Like I think
deny
as the
that
game
with
goes
the
on,
explosive
Aatrox
presence.
I think it's better and better.
Yeah,
I think Aatrox
Renekton
outscales.
is back on the hands
Because
of eBay.
Aatrox can go like
I am kind of
he can
excited
go, like,
on how
vamp
this is going to
boots,
work for the team, considering that the Fiora versus Renekton matchup is going to be there on the top side.
Go, like, a
And also,
vamp.
what I'm really scared of is how this Aatrox is going to work in the mid lane. I mean, we have seen it before during Season 1, that people, Z, Eben, but Helios is
Go
going to be
vamp boots
picking
into,
this
like,
up in the mid lane himself, and he's going to try to make it work. It's a
Hex
Vladimir
Drinker
anyway, and now we're on game 3.
into,
Fennel
like,
versus
finishing
G2
Cleaver.
Blacklist.
But I kid you not, if there is someone that
And
can
then
use
finish
a
Hex
Baron lane
Drinker out.
champion into the mid lane, it's going
like
to
it.
kill you.
I actually really like it.
Yeah. Oh man.
They've got
This is
double.
gonna be
I think they've
scary,
got
man.
at least top
'Cause
lanes
if ever
winning,
the
and
stars,
so
what
if
I
they need
like
to, they
about
can
the
put jungle
Evelyn pick,
assistance
the
mid.
reason why the CN conference loves the Evelyn pick is how strong she is during the mid game to the late game. Those squishy targets that they have
everyone
on
has
the
eyeball
side
collector, other than
of
that, I think everything else
G2
is good.
are gonna have a hard time if they're gonna face against an Evelyn.
Will definitely do. But considering the champions that we have into the jungle, this is expected that we will not
These
see
guys are such
these
shit
early
laners compared to the
engagements. You
Chinese.
can see a lot of visits coming in from Evelyn, maybe from Kha'Zix as level 3, but but not a full-on engage. They have to wait that level 5 for them to be able to really just pop off. into those engages.
Why did he just dash forward to take a
Early on in
Q?
the game, we're not going to be seeing any big fights just yet. Both of these junglers just want to get the clear as early as they can go for, especially the Evelyn. Chaz is just going to full clear for sure. He's not even going to contest the Scuttler. Once he gets to level 5, that is when the action happens.
Yeah, and the thing is, Helios is going to have the disadvantage, surely.
Again, the nice thing about Aatrox here is, again, even if you're getting shoved in, you're not super worried about it.
Coming into the side of
Since you don't have mana as a resource, like, all you're doing is managing your health, which is pretty easy.
Yeah, and also that's a full sustain mid lane too. And Vladimir gets his sustain up earlier on.
Double flash.
Look at this, Grog gonna flash away. He's not gonna be able to survive. No dashes coming in from Orthros, and G2 Blacklist are unrelenting. They got the first blood and they want more.
It was really unfortunate. They had a ward.
I don't know why they like why he flashed down makes no fucking sense to me. Because flashing up is way safer.
Starting into the mid lane. Ooh, the Sanguine tool is just so good at denying this potential place. Aaron's gonna be back from the flash.
Oh, that was crispy.
That was really, really good coming in from Helios. He waited for Vladimir to come back up from his pool, and then he just locked him, pinned him down, and that is
Draw just letting Vladimir miss like 4
This is the power
CS.
that Helios has.
What the fuck?
Champion. But this
What
is
the
one
fuck
of the
is he
examples
doing?
that we've mentioned.
Fraud Alert is back
Having a
on.
Vladimir and an Evelyn type of matchup. If ever
Hold up.
Chaz wants to assassinate these carries coming
We're just
from the
gonna-
Blacklist, it's not going to be Vladimir that he has to look at, because
Just-
that
let me
Sanguine
just pull
pull
up where
just
we're at.
brings Vladimir back to safety immediately.
Yeah, one of the things that I love about the Evelyn.
We're on fraud watch,
once
baby.
he charges the charm against a Vladimir, it doesn't really go out once the Sanguine Pool is used. So that could potentially be a chance for them to execute the Vladimir. But now, execution onto the bot lane is potentially going to happen. Explosive cast will be used. Danny is out of possession. No Feather Storm. And that is a dead
again, you gotta
Danny.
think, if Zaya hadn't fucked up her flash earlier, she'd have 5.
Cast coming in from Gragas, and yes, it was Zaya who died. It was Donnie who got killed out from that, but G2B at the very least, or Fennel at the very least, was not able to have both of their players in the dual lane.
We're on fraud watch. Okay,
wasn't
let's
able
make
to
that
chase
clear.
it down. They got the kill on the top side, making it 2-2 again. We're still in equal spots here, Infinity.
Equal spots coming in.
They lane
But
swap?
looking at the replay,
No.
right? Having
They
Chaz and
just
Falls dive
fucking
into the
dove
top lane.
topside.
This is the power Evelyn, like having that initial charm, CC's on
get the kill.
lane,
It's nice.
and now it's Spells coming into that fight. It was just Chaz who came through with the switch. It was really good.
This is
Really
what's,
good dive.
what's scary about it though, is the Evelyn could really just go into your lane without you knowing. That's just the reason why you always need to know where the Evelyn is next gonna go. That's why when you're fighting against an Evelyn, you need a deep ward against their jungle, because at least that could help you predict where the Evelyn is.
Yeah, and it is G2 Blacklist coming in through them after level 6, level 7. They have to be wary of the river. They have to be wary of their own jungles. The right quadrant, the top quadrant jungle, because Evelyn could just be lurking.
Oh, that's a nice steal.
Now, gets the smite. Chaz still gets it in the end, but at least now, G2 Blacklist, 4 minutes, 30 seconds. We're waiting for the dragon to come in at 5 minutes, 30 seconds in the clock.
Yeah, but this is really expected. We already have told it that, you know what, there's not gonna be like these huge engages coming in.
No, this
from
is
Chaz,
Aatrox is like
Katie,
fucking
because
this Vladimir
their
though.
champion is built
It's
a
like
little bit
really
more
good.
this time around. It's not a little bit more
Double
like,
flash, flash,
aggressive
flash.
in the early
Helios
game.
flashing in. Wow.
But that was
Great
pretty
flash from Helios. Burns it against Aaron. And that's going to be a big advantage here coming in to the next objective. Because
5
at
minutes.
least
Where are we
Helios is gonna be
prioing?
way faster.
I
That's
feel
why
like
it
he's prioing
doesn't
Infernal.
really need the flash as much.
Like
So
Infernal's
this
still
is going
really
to be the
good.
start of the battle.
I could also
Oh.
jump over walls with
They're
his
just,
skill. So
they're
it is
responding to
something
what-
that he could
What's going on here for G2B?
these objective takedowns, even black lines, flag draw.
Yeah, Chain of Corruption is going to be used unstoppable on one, and Dabello's breath wasn't enough to
Helios.
save his life. And Fennel is going to try to take this up. G2B is not going to let them through.
What the fuck
There's
is
5
Draw?
members
Oh,
still
yeah,
in.
flag.
Draw was
Trying to hold it.
used it, and now he needs to use the flash.
Now Aaron still having that side, so onto the Referrals.
How did they
Playing
drop?
Tiger Ed onto
This
Shelly.
space
G2 Black
is
is still
gonna
here
go
at the
in.
contest.
They get it.
They want to go
Look
in.
at
They
Aaron.
still got
No,
it in
Cause
the
it's
end.
still
Chaz
good.
was able to secure it, but now
Great
Dragon is
return
going to be
now.
taken by
They also
G2B.
dropped
Ooh,
him
the
as
sides are
well,
coming
which
from
is
Danny,
never a
and
great
just a
feeling.
little show of micro plays from here on out. But the thing is, the Dragon is still up for anyone to take down. Or well,
Yeah.
These guys just
It
aren't
is
fucking
G2
looking at the
Blacklist
minimap.
got
Holy
maybe
shit.
soloed the Infernal Drake.
Yeah, that's gonna be a dragon for their side. And the fourth god is gonna be used. He was forced to flash away. Perfect use of that flash, and also perfect use of that ult.
It was really, really good. Like a long range distance for the fourth god coming from Hordros Flash.
Oh,
Get the knockoff against
Golden
Golden
Cat
Kite. He's
flashes out.
not gonna be going anywhere. And this tower in the mid lane might
Yo, that
fall
was
to
a
that last caress.
flash
Chaz
forward,
wasn't able to
ult
finish
out.
Golden
Chain
Kite.
of Corruption was just phenomenal coming from
Yeah, that chain
and if he
saved
did
us
not
all.
do
Yeah.
that, Chaz can just go in
He's
with
dead.
a charm and he's dead.
Could have been a kill for Chaz, but it's a good thing that they were able to get it. Now
Yeah, that's
it's gonna be
red.
pushing him back out of this jungle, and this red buff is gonna be taken by KD.
Now Ine just cutting the wave into the top side, considering that.
When
Fennel
Ekman
is
gets
now
the
going
proxy,
to
probably gonna
reset
grab a
KD
plate or
draw,
two.
hovering on bot lane because they want to get
Wait.
that push in.
What? Nobody's on the top side. That's gonna be a tower for Ime for free.
What the fuck are the
wave
casters
is
saying?
There, you have
There's
Yoro
no way he
actually
gets the
coming
tower.
through. So they're able to
Okay.
defend the tower into the top side, and I think it is Renekton who wants to play it a bit more safe because he doesn't have any vision onto the left quadrant jungle. Remember, there is
Or just took
Emily
a
to the
fucking
side
shitty
from
recall and then Racking proxy.
Blading's gonna fall down in 15 seconds. That might be the only reason why Renekton didn't really go and continue. Ime wasn't able to get a lot of platings, but at least he got some. So that's something good for G2. But right now, nobody has the biggest advantage yet in this game, Infinity. It's still as close as it can get.
Yeah, it's a breath of fresh air. G2 Blacklist in game 1 and game 2 got 6k gold lead in the middle of the game, and now it's a little bit different. So I'm loving this. This is an expectation already because of the different jungles that we have for game number 2.
Okay.
They have to
This
play
is
a bit
not
more
bad
mid-game,
from
late game,
Fennel
and just
so far.
secure it.
Like, I think it's more Fennel playing
security
well here.
advantage rather towards what 10 minutes into the match. Corner of the
Golden
board
Kite's in danger. It does get
Uses the chain
hit.
of
Charm?
corruption, and now that is gonna be
Hello?
it. Golden
Zaya?
Kite is gonna
Oh,
be
she's
reached.
gonna
Perfect
turn
use of
it
the
fine.
exhaust, but he's still dead.
Aaron coming in. Chaz is
doesn't
low.
die.
Oh, uses the Hemo Plague, and the Ignite also
Oh!
on Chaz. He's dead.
That was
That's-
perfect.
you just
coming
gotta
from
pop your
Aaron,
ult
the good
there,
response. At least
I
they
think.
got the trade back in. The third they lost into the mid lane. Now G2 Blacklist, 3-man roam coming into top side.
Okay,
I mean, this
KD
is
is gonna
fine,
go
but
there.
Apex is gonna get
Uses the
fuck
ultimate
ton
already with the
outside.
Voice of
Repulse?
Salt. He's gonna be slowing down spell. Riposte is gonna be used. That's gonna be a knockup.
The flash!
Explosive cast is not there. That's
also
why he was able to flash
can't get
away.
the
He was
turret
able to
down,
go back
pretty
out,
sure.
and now Artros has the ability to go and CC. Draw cancels
What
it!
was that body slam from Draw? And Ortros is gonna be next. He's not gonna be able to survive it. He's dead to the hands of G2B.
They don't get the
Daddy
turret
can't
though,
do
which I
nothing.
think is
His damage-
more.
What the cancel?
Is really good.
Man.
But the thing is, it's just G2B who has a lot of mobility, and that cancel coming in from Draw as well. I mean, this is what he
They
does.
know there's
coming
like
in
3 or
from
4
game
people
number
here. If
2,
they
he
can
does
continue
it
to
again.
this, it's just greedy.
He's always as flashy as he can be. And now he's doing it again. Fennel, what are they gonna do here? Now that that has happened, 2 kills on the board. Still a 1k gold lead, not really that big. 1 minute before the next objective comes in.
Evelyn
They would
Wing.
need
The
to
only
get
person
some
who's losing
space
is
in order
Haya.
for them to take this.
They definitely do. But the thing is,
But the only
catalyst
person who's
for
winning
these
is
fights
for,
will be the
Fennel.
next objective. Ice Dragon and the Baron Nashor take note of the timers coming through for these objectives because if it comes up, kills, flashes will be so crucial and will dictate how these teams will be able to play it out. Because so far, it's an even
I
level playing
hate
field
this
for both teams.
fucking.
Yeah.
This is like the
Decision
3rd or 4th
making coming
time
in
I've
from
seen
Draw
the
so far has been
Dead Man
phenomenal
start. It's not
and has
good.
him helped them so much, especially in these crucial moments. Still have 30 seconds.
I also
rather
don't
20
like
seconds
indexing into
before
it against
the Ice Drake comes out,
what
and
is
the next
mostly.
big
Like, I
fight
understand
is
it's
gonna
mostly
be
80,
there.
but like Evelyn does a lot of AP damage.
Now information
I don't like indexing into the 80.
Blacklist and also Fennel, as they want to get information onto the Dragon's Pit. Are there wards there? Are there vision that coming from the opposing side? So far, there is none. Fennel just playing a little bit more scattered around, but Kilios is on towards the bottom side. He still has a turret that he could just hide upon, but that is
Wait.
2 members coming for G2B.
They don't have
Katie's
him.
gonna be trying to go rat
he
it. They have the
probably
World
will
Ender.
too.
Helios is gonna be as
Oh!
fast. The Emo Plague was there, and they are still able to
Yeah,
finish him
I
off.
think you just
Sank
have to
Control
pop
was used
ultimate
to
when
dodge
he's
that Lord of the
caught.
Fourth God. They don't have that big
That was
ultimate
a
anymore,
nice-ass
and
cleanse,
that
by
is
the
gonna
way.
be them getting chased down by G2B. Look at Ime, looking for a play.
Yeah, the Quicksilver
Oh,
coming
we
from
just
Arthur was
finished,
phenomenal. Now Katie jumps in.
Yeah, they're gonna go in. Spells
Wait,
was
that's
able to use their
huge.
riposte, but was not able to survive. 3-man knockup was not enough for them to get anything more or thrust. The
He's just
damage to
stuck in
his
no man's
life
land. What the fuck
is
is
just
he doing?
there.
Oh,
Ime is
good.
going forward, was not able to get the Ruthless Predator, and G2B Chaz almost dies.
Sani was able to get 1 kill, but the thing is they lost 3 members out of that process, and now Ice Drake will be in favor for G2 Blacklist. Chaz now hoping for that steal, could make it happen, but it's just getting melted
steal.
out, and Ice Drake in favor for G2B.
Yeah, a bit too late, and now Chaz is gonna be chasing down KD, but no, he's not gonna continue.
And this is what we mentioned. If the Ice Drake comes up, if the Baron Nashor comes up, it will be the catalyst for those fights. And G2 Blacklist, remember as we mentioned, the bottom turret will be dictating the objective advantage into the Dragon's Pit. And that is what G2 Blacklist wants, and they utilize it well. They did not get the turret,
I
but they
mean,
got
this is not good
Yeah,
for
we still
Fennel.
have the tower in
A
the bot
bunch
lane, but
of
we still
break
have the next
pressure here.
objective coming out of this. It's gonna be a lull state
Ornn
again for
finishing
both of
the,
our players, but now Fennel, what can they do here? They still
Ornn
have
finishing
to
the
give
one lines there
advantage, and
almost could have been a
Danny
turning
could
point if he got it,
to
like,
the
I think
team,
maybe
and
a second
Chaz
or two
also
faster.
could burst out a lot
You
of
can
the
see how much
targets here.
health it just
But
gave him
on the
back and
other
how
hand,
useful it was.
what is scary on the side of G2 Blacklist is gonna be Aaron. Now they have a lot of people here onto the top side, gonna force him to use the Sanguine Pool, and that charm is gonna be out of the picture. 5-man top side to get the tower.
But this is really good coming from Fennel. They don't need to fight up against Aaron. They only want the turret on top side to get the advantage onto the Baron Nashor, and that they did. And the thing is, that will also give them
I mean, I don't like that.
advantage.
5-man
Not
top,
anymore,
you get a
because the
single
falls
turret,
down into the mid lane.
nothing. They're gonna drop 2
Bot
turrets
side
in
too.
return.
They got the tower also in the bot side. G2 Blacklist got a
It's
lot.
such a
from that.
fucking overinvestment.
And G2 could have advantage
You also
here
don't
just
need
because
that
of
much
those
to
2
kill the wall.
towers.
Now, G2 Blacklist has a massive gold lead, 2k gold lead in 12 minutes into the matchup, but are they going to go in for the Baron?
Oh, they're gonna go for the Baron. They have
They're
vision here
bursting
though.
this. It's going
Aaron
down
is
real
not gonna
quick.
hesitate. He has the
4,
Hemo
3,
Flag. He can go in if
2,
ever he wants to. He
1.
has
It's
the
dead.
Sandwich Pool. The timing's just right. Explosive cast was used,
They
but
take it.
that's a bit too late. G2 Blacklist
They
was
need to get
too
out.
late to
That's
the
it.
Dragon, to the Baron, and now FL is gonna be chased down by the members right here. G2B wants to get the skills. No more ult for Aaron, but they're still gonna follow through. Ime was able to get that, and the hold coming in from Golden Kite. The Chains of Corruption was able to help them out, but at least Fennel
I
was
mean,
able to
one
get
for
the
Baron
Baron.
is really
That's
good
really
trade.
good. Baron Nashor traded only for 1 kill for the side of Fennel adversity. They needed that. They needed that to change the tide of the game. And yes, it's still G2
If
Blacklist.
they get
who
close
has
in
a
gold,
3K
I think
gold
it's
lead, but with
probably
Baron Nashor's
fine.
help, they
The
can now
biggest
push
issue
down
is they
lanes.
need that third Drake. If they don't, the game is
3K
over.
gold lead still for the side of G2B, but as you said, now that they have the disadvantage here, now that the Baron has been taken, there is a big chance that Fennel could just use it in their favor, and what they can use it for is the mid lane.
Yeah, they could definitely do that. If they open up the mid lane, they have the map control in their favor, and they definitely are looking for pieces of advantage, crumbs of advantage up against G2 Blacklist, because if they do not do something massive, similar to what they did onto the Baron Nashor, this is just going to spiral out of control for G2 Blacklist, considering the
Why
amount
are
of
they
kills, the
standing so
amount
far
of
back?
assists, the amount of gold that G2B was able
They're
to
not
take.
pushing anything.
Yeah, and now with this Baron, they can buy themselves some time. There's still a lot of second-tier turrets for the side of G2B, so
Ime.
it's
Also
not
not
going to be
pushing
easy for them to go for the
side.
fight. Ime
The
used
bot
the
side.
ultimate, the dominance is there,
Stun.
and they're going to go for the stun right there. Spells is going to
holy
be left
shit.
alone.
Forge
Here.
drop.
The Forge Drop was able to knock them up. KD super low, but they were able to run away. Dan is being held back right here, but G2B needs to run away. Fennel has 1 kill already, but the Sanguine Pool is there for Aaron to back
Yeah,
away.
it doesn't
it's
matter.
one.
Danny
It
was
feels
just
like they
holding
should've
Aaron
gotten more
down.
there.
They only need Helios and Arthurs to go through!
He got the kill. Tides of blood from the transfusion. At this point in the game, you should be scared of what a Vladimir could do.
And now that changes things up. Danny is gone. They have to retreat. It is a 3v3, but Aaron has so much more damage. Knock up is there.
Yeah, or goes for the stun. They still have the Sanguine Pool coming in from Aaron, but
Chaz?
a bit too late. Chaz is going to go in.
Ooh.
They have the stasis.
Stasis.
Can they buy
He's
some
dead.
time? Golden
Golden
Knight is
Knight's
also
dead.
going to fall. That's a
Draw's
lot of
dead.
kills. Chaz made it work, and G2B
What is Drake's
loses
fault?
3 members in the process.
G2 Blacklist became
This should be a
overconfident
free
from
Drake
that
as well.
mid lane, and now Fennel answered back. They got the triple kill up against G2B, and now Fennel got the gold
They're not
back that they need. Only
Baron,
1k
which means
gold
no
advantage
turrets.
now for G2 Blacklist.
This is what happened during game
But
1.
I
They
think
have a
Drake
big
is
advantage. A
winnable.
tinkling gold lead that they had. Then
long as they
Fennel
just
got the
control the
Baron.
space.
Fennel got some kills. G2B tried to be aggressive, but it was a bit too much, and that's why they lose that advantage.
And we asked a while ago, can Ortros utilize the Ornn well? And that they did. That he did. He was able to go in for the knockup, 2-man knockup onto Aaron and into another member, and now he's showing up once again.
Horn of the Forge God wasn't able to hit anybody.
Okay.
And that Mountain Drake is going to be
And they get
taken. No
cracked.
Mountain Soul.
So the biggest
for the
issue
side of
here
G2B.
was the
Just
map
denies
setting where
the
like
soul away from G2
we're down
Blacklist.
like
That
what
is
Fennel's
what
down
is
2k
important.
goldish.
If
They're
G2
still down
Blacklist
about
gets the
500
soul,
or
if G2
1.5k.
Blacklist who can
But
spiral
the bigger
out
issue was the
control, but with them
fucking
taking that
Infernal
Mountain
Soul,
Drake, it changes
which
things
is
up a bit.
really good.
Yeah.
And so it's like we need to get rid
Let
of
us see
that.
how they
And
do
so
this.
because they do get rid of that with the
G2B
Baron, they get a
now
couple
on a
kills. Like
disadvantage from
they
them.
got
Remember,
probably a few
there's a lot of damage
shutdowns and
potential
like
for
some
the side of
gold.
Fennel. Late game,
It's like
we have
winnable,
Evelyn damage.
like
We
genuinely
even
winnable
have
because
the
2.1k is
damage
not that
coming
big
in
of a
from
difference.
Danny. So I'm kind of scared of what this could do to the side of G2B. And also, one of the things that is really scary is that they always need to keep Spelts in check. Look at him, it's just pushing the bot lane.
Yeah, 100%. Because this is the
I don't like
role that
Kha'Zix
Fiora
indexing
has.
into
This is
MR.
the advantage
This
that
is
Fiora has.
this is the like
capability to split push
consistent
on the
struggle
side lanes.
against like
It
if
is
you're
really,
playing
really
against a
amazing. And
solo
Helios
AP
consistently
Evelyn,
also
which is why I
does
really liked
from what they
the
did
double AD
back
solo
in
lanes.
RRQ,
Is
they
like
always split pushes
indexing it
along
into
the
MR
Baron laner,
seems really
and that just gives
bad.
him so much
Like
wave
he goes
control,
Maw,
wave
and that's like
advantage, and
3k
lane
to
advantage
just counter
overall
Evelyn.
that gives
When it's
a lot
like
of capability
if
and a
it's
lot of
not
space
the
for
Evelyn
Fennel to be
burst,
able
like
to
if you just
really
like
move
if she just
around, hover
baits
around.
you and like the
We
rest
have
of the
the
team
timing
comes
right
in,
here.
that
Baron
means
is
that you're
already
gonna
available
die
now.
to like the
So
entirety
what
of
do we
the
do?
AD.
What are
Because
they
you
going to
have
start
no
with?
armor.
Fennel could
Probably
really
has
easily
plated though,
take
so I
this.
guess
If
that's
there's
fine.
no vision in the Baron, they could sneakily take the Baron again.
Yeah, they could definitely do so. They have Danny.
I think that's actually fine. Yeah, I mean like plated is fine. I just don't.
Coming from
It also
G2B.
looks just
Gonna go
awkward.
in. Thunderstorm's gonna be used.
Why
They
did
have
she-
the flash right now. Orthos is
Zaya
gonna be
is
left
holding.
alone. They
Why
have
is
the
she-
Horn of the Forge God. They already used their explosive cast. They don't have any
I
way
hate
to
how
cancel
long
that.
Zaya
But
held
that is
her
enough.
E after
Fennel,
popping that
after
ultimate.
that, lost
There
a
were
lot
like
of
3 people in front of her
ultimates.
and she just didn't do anything
So
with it.
far, they did come from G2 Blacklist.
Yeah.
Now Fennel has to retreat for a bit. Just buy time to get a better position. Aaron.
Aaron's gonna be seen.
Wait,
They
oh,
pulled
that's
in.
cool.
Napup's coming in. He was pulled back, but the Hemo Flag is gonna be helping him out. He's
double
gonna be
stasis,
surviving for
legal
so
stasis
long.
here.
They have some stasis on their side. G2 Blacklist
This
are
is
just
not
gonna be
going well
taking
for
them
Fennel.
up.
They're
Fennel
getting
are
owned.
forced to back away. All of their members
they
are
get the
falling
jungler.
out. Shaz goes in
They
for the
flew.
last Curtis,
Wait,
but that's
the
his
Aatrox
last
is
breath
cooking.
with the stasis from his side. Helios trying to do some damage against the members of Fennel, but it's
As
still
long as
not enough.
Aatrox
Decides
can
that's from
regen.
Helios.
I think
Just gets away, coming in for the piercing arrow.
Oh, they're
but
gonna
the
lose
thing
the
is,
inhib.
Fennel now
Losing
has to
the
do
inhib is
something.
the least
Their
valuable.
mid lane
Like,
inhibitor
this
turret is already
the best
gone,
inhib
and now
to
the
lose.
Baron
You're
Nashor is
losing
open
inhib.
for G2B to take.
What the fuck
Yeah,
are the
that's
casters?
gonna be a Baron
They
being
can't do
taken by them. They
Baron.
still have 3 members though. Chaz is still alive. There's still a potential here
Ime?
for them
There's
to go
literally
for
no
steal,
way
but
where,
Ime
Coming
will
up.
be chased
GTB
down.
can do
Look at
Baron.
them going in. Explosive gas is gonna be used, and that is a
no.
dead Helios. Wasn't able
They
to mop
baited him.
the Horn of the Forge God too. Chaz is gonna be running away from here, and Orthos, the slow down, was able to help him survive. But
Ime!
he's gonna come in. That's the perfect timing for Orthos with a bellows breath, and Chaz is still gonna hover around Golden Kite.
Yeah, they just baited Fennel to go into that fight, and G2 Blacklist just went in for the turnaround, and now Chaz TPs.
What
Goes
the
in for the teleport. He has the last rest again.
Oh my
and that's
God,
Ime
the
gonna fall
Zaya
down.
TP
Spells is here
fucked
also in
him.
the back line. Golden Kite has nowhere to go. What a
Aaron.
great chance of corruption. That is enough for them to
The
run
Zaya
away
TP
and
just
reset the fight in favor
gave
of
away the
G2B.
fucking
Orthos
Evelyn
goes in for
location,
retreat.
so he
It's
had to go
already
in.
good enough.
And now he's
They
dead.
just only need to delay the Baron, but the thing is G2B is unfazed. It's unfazed coming in from that fight, and now Orthos has information.
Without Chaz,
I know,
it's
they can't
not
stop
gonna
it.
work
Game's
for
over.
the side of
Holy
FL,
shit.
and that's gonna be taken
Zaya
for
just
free.
trolled.
Elder Drake is also
Zaya
on.
just trolled the
G2B
game.
can take this freely.
Baron Nashor secured. G2 Blacklist has it in back. 4K gold lead as well coming into
now
this.
get
And now they can start up the
Elder
Elder
as
Drake. They
well.
have the Baron buff in their favor.
They have
and
mid
now
inhib,
this
so they
will
can
be the
just run
game
it
changer.
mid.
This could be the end of Fennel, or this could be the
Game
win
is over.
for Fennel as well.
Yeah, they could try to take this. They
When
could
does
try
everyone
to
come
push
back?
away KD, but they're going to be taking a long time. Spells is also
Yeah, she's
here.
not even back
That
yet.
could help
Game's
them out.
over.
Got to the back line. They got
You
nobody
need
with the
to
Horn of the
kill,
Forge God, but here
Jungle
Helios is
Forge
trying his
and
best
KD?
to do
Fire.
something for the world. That's going to be KD taking the Elder Drake. What a last hurrah from Fennel, and that is all that their members going to fall
Game's
down.
over.
One by one, Orthos is going to be
Holy
next.
shit,
The
Frog
Elder
Watch is
Drake
over,
is
baby.
just going to breathe through their members.
Fennel-
Chaz
Those are
was
the fucking
nowhere to be
frauds.
found from that Elder Drake fight. They cannot go for the contest. But the thing is, they really have to deny it. Now, it's a 4v2.
They can't stop it.
Chaz
Like
and Danny
they
left.
have mid inhib as well.
Chaz and also Danny, they could potentially win this fight. Ime is gonna fall back, uses it. Last caress is gonna be used for Chaz,
Yep, game's
just
over.
because they won't be able to get the chase
Holy
down.
shit, the
What
Zaya
a
was
great
fucking
way to
trolling.
end this, and that is G2B G2B ending the game, and Aaron is gonna finish him up inside the base, and that is.
Well, that's it for me, Twitch chat and YouTube. So have a nice day, y'all.